What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and today we are here for the watch-along of the gold medal final between Brazil and Spain. And yeah, winner take all, last game of the tournament. The ladies just finished up yesterday with Canada striking gold, and now it's time to see who the men's is going to be. Brazil is the defending champions, and Spain is not, but Spain did have a very strong team going into the tournament, so a lot of people did think that it was going to be a Spain-Brazil final anyways, and that's kind of exactly what we saw. The game is going to be close to being kicked off, so we're going to take up and put up the starting 11s for you guys to take a look at, because it looks like it's going to be a fun match. Both teams have a very strong looking starting 11, and this should be a very interesting game today. And if you guys are excited for it, be sure to drop a like and get your predictions in, because yeah, we're still celebrating the Canada win yesterday, so a little tired today, but I'm excited for this match because it just straight up on the card should be a really enjoyable match to watch. But taking a look at Brazil's starting 11, they've lined up today in the 4-2-3-1. Santos is in net. Dani Alves, the captain of the team, is at right back. Nino and Diego Carlos are the two center backs. Arana is the left back with Douglas Luiz and Bruno Guimaraes as the two CDMs. And then it usually lines it up with Anthony on the right. It shows Claudinho on the left, Matheus Cunha as the cam, and Richarlison as the striker. But it can go in a few different directions. I mean, Richarlison could obviously drop out over to the left-hand side. Claudinho can play as a cam, and Matheus Cunha can play as a striker. But that's how Footmo has lined it up. But I have a feeling that maybe Richarlison will go out to the left-hand side. As for Spain, they are lined up in the even on screen here, it's showing it in a 4-4-2. But usually Matheus Cunha will play probably a little bit under Richarlison. Claudinho can obviously move over into the midfield. It can be played in a few different directions, but that is what it looks like right there. Looking at Spain, they're lined up in the 4-3-3, a usual Spanish starting 11. It is Unai Simon in net. It is Gil at right back, Garcia and Torres as the two center backs with Cucurella as the CDM. Mendy is a one CDM with Moreno and Pedri, and then the three up front is Asensio, Olmo, and Orbaiel. So that is a pretty strong little 11 right there, as a lot of those players played for the Spanish national side, and they'll be in pretty good shape going into this match today. I don't know exactly what I really want, if I want to see the defending champs Brazil take it on, or what you guys are thinking, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun match. This is by far the two best teams on paper in the tournament. And hopefully we'll be able to enjoy them today and see how they do. But we'll get to the chat now and say hello to you guys. See how you guys are doing. As Luke Carrier says, let's go. OC's here and says that Canada made some history. They did. Hi, Josh. What an incredible achievement for the Canadian soccer. So by the women's national team, soccer is not Canada's national sport, but with yesterday's win, with the effect it will have and it has had on Canada. It is very true. It is very, very impressive to see what our ladies did yesterday. Big honor, to be honest, to see what they've accomplished, and hopefully it's a stepping stone from more to come for both our men's and our women's. Hey, let's go. What's up, Josh? Not much, Joel. How are you doing today? Who do you guys want to win? Anyone have a preference of who you'd like to see win today? Do you want to see Brazil do the back-to-back? Do you want to see a new team in Spain? Do you have any preference of either or? I've been to Spain before. I don't know if that counts as a preference to who I may want to see, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm tough. I usually don't like to see people do back-to-back, but I do like a lot of players on the Brazilian team. I mean, there's a lot to like, especially seeing Dani Alves doing it this time. I'm a big fan of Matheus Cunha, Richarlison, even Douglas Luiz, Bruno Guimaraes. There's a lot of Brazilians on this team that I just really enjoy watching. And as for the Spaniards, I mean, they're pretty damn good too, to be fair. But OC says 4-0 for Brazil. He Eats here says, I can't wait for World Cup qualifying. I want to beat Canada and Mexico. Eat, good to have you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. I'm excited for that as well. Just not the, you beating us part, but big up to Canada's women's team. 3-2 Brazil from Joel. Unfortunately, I have to go to work in a few, but I've got Brazil 3-1. I feel like Brazil is the favorites. Cucurella is the left back. Big shout out to Quinn. Rooting for my star boy, Gabriel Martin. It's not bad, not bad. What do you think about Josh Sargent's move to Norwich City. I like it. I think it's a great move for him, considering that he was stuck in Werder Bremen, which would not have been very ideal for him playing in the second division. So getting a move to the Premier League is probably nothing but good thing, to be fair. I'm doing good, Josh. How about you? I'm doing good as well. Pretty excited about this match and still celebrating our Canadian gold yesterday, which also was very fun. Norwich is just plucking stars from Bremen. I mean, it's a great move for Josh Sargent. It absolutely is. Mainly because, I mean, he would have been stuck in the second Bundesliga, but now instead gets to play in the Premier League. Are you able to watch? Are you watching the game right now? No. I can't watch it. Where is it? CBC. I had it on CBC. Struggling to find the game right now. I have it on CBC here in Canada. Not sure where you guys are watching it, but it's not showing it. What the fudge?
You have to show more.
On like CBC.ca?
Or you go on CTV or CBC and then you have to watch live. And it shows the events and you have to hit watch more or show more to see the rest.
I don't see it. It's not on my CBC. All right, well, I'm going to have to use another method here. All right, Producer T is helping me out using a link in the chat. So for anyone who wasn't able to find the game, Producer T is going to put a link in the chat. So that's fantastic. And if you're in Canada, you should be able to use this link that Producer T just gave us. No. Okay, there we go. All right, I have the game, guys. A very important thing of what we're doing here. All right, I missed the opening 3 minutes, but that's okay. That's okay. Shout out to Producer T, making this thing possible. I don't know what was wrong with my CBC, but whatever. I got the game up now. We're laughing. All right, we're good to go. If you guys are just joining us, be sure to drop a like and put in your prediction one last time so I can get to them quickly before we're going here. My prediction, I don't know. I have a feeling this thing's going to go the distance as well, but I'm going to say 2-1 Brazil. 2-1 Brazil will be my prediction. Spain are too defensive sometimes, making the game boring in my opinion, but it will be a great game. It could be. Spain, what makes the possession boring is that Spain simply dominate possession usually. So it's going to be curious going up against a team like Brazil, seeing if they're going to be able to hold that type of possession, because if they are, it's going to be dangerous. How do you feel about Messi going to PSG? Ooh, I don't know. What do you guys think about Messi going to PSG? Let me know, because in all honesty, I mean, I think it's a good thing for him in Barcelona. It's a good thing for him because he wants to win stuff. And unfortunately for Barcelona, they're not in the mindset to win anything really right now. They're a very poorly run club. I don't think they're going to go anywhere near a Champions League. And that's what Messi ultimately wants. On top of that, it's good for Barcelona because Barcelona can't afford him. They weren't even able to register players. And now they'll actually have some breathing room. But I kind of thought maybe it was going to be a bluff. And they were looking to force La Liga into putting it a rule break for Barcelona to allow them to sign Messi because they know how important Messi is. But that wasn't the case. And they're going to end up letting him walk. Venezia in Italy. They got promoted to Serie B. Yes, and they signed Gianluca Busio for the U.S. fans out there. Who do you think is going to win? If I had to put a bet, I'd say Brazil. I've watched Brazil more in this tournament than I have watched Spain. Spain has struggled up front. They don't have an actual striker playing today. They're playing with a false nine. Sometimes that bites them in the butt because they just dominate possession, don't take their chances, and if they aren't able to capitalize, especially against teams like Côte d'Ivoire and teams like that where they've just snuck through, they're not going to have that luxury against Brazil. Brazil will hit and hit hard. So if I'm putting in a prediction, I'm saying that Brazil is going to take this one, but I do think it's going to be a close game. Majority of the reason because Spain will have a lot of the ball, which will make it just more of a fair game. PSG is going to win every game now. Yeah, I'm curious to see who they would. I'm curious to see who they would get rid of because PSG has to get some players out to be able to afford Messi. I don't know if they would sell Mbappe. I kind of thought that they might, but they'll probably sell players like Sarabia. They'll probably retire. They'll probably sell Kier. They'll probably sell maybe even Dalio. They have to raise some money. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to do it. Maybe Draxler under Herrera. But I'm expecting players to go out regardless, but especially with some of the other players that could be coming in. Do they keep Mbappe? I would think no. I'd think that they would sell him this year to Madrid if Madrid can afford him, and then they would bring in money. But otherwise, they may try to hold him all for a year, and then they'll end up losing him for free. But that's a nice ball right there to Cunha. Matthias Cunha, and defended very well. Josh, I know you're not a supporter of English football and English national team due to the negative attacks on the majority of the negative English supporter. Canada's win was due to their English coaches' tactics. I wouldn't quite say that, Michael. I wouldn't quite say that. I like watching the Premier League. It's a great league to watch. I have respect for English players. The thing I don't like, and I've been to England, and I've been to Wembley, and I've watched England's national team play live against Spain. So I wouldn't say I don't like the English national team or English. Once I discovered Twitter and going on the footballing aspect of social media, I've come to realize that there is too many, and there's a lot of great English fans as well. However, there's a lot that bug me. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that, Michael. But yes, John Herdman is from England. I have friends from England. I wouldn't say like I don't support them by any stretch. I just meant like in a major tournament like this, listening to them talk, I was excited watching them lose. But it's a good ball there. But that's just me. But if you guys are just joining us, be sure to drop a like and let us know your thoughts on the game so far. And we have the Pokal match coming up later today. Borussia Dortmund's first competitive game with hopefully Daniel Mullen in it, which should be pretty exciting. It's been a relatively easy affair so far. Both teams just kind of feeling each other out. Like I said, Spain. It's very rare Spanish squads just don't dominate possession. They love having the ball at their feet. They love passing it around, trying to find an opening. I just don't know why they don't have a striker. Spain will always struggle to score if they don't have an actual out-and-out number 9. And that is the big word I have for anyone who's cheering on Spain today. Josh, if Canada get out of their World Cup group, you should drink 10 beers and sing the national anthem. That's quite the achievement if I could drink 10 beers like that. Maybe over the course of a day. But I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could pull that off on stream. English fans are the El Tri fans of Europe. Well said. Well said. And I agree. But yeah, I have nothing really against England. I genuinely like England. That's why I wanted to travel there. But like I said, I was just a little bit annoyed when it came to listening to them on Twitter, and they made me want to cheer on Italy in the final. But yeah, I mean, John Herdman, absolute animal. and has achieved so much for this program for both the women's and men's side. We have a free kick coming up here. It is Dani Alves, 38 years young. Decent ball, defended well. There's your beat. There's your beer. Hey Josh, what about Bellingham? Do you think that he will be playing today? I don't think he'll be starting today. He may get some minutes at some point. Probably will. Oh, that's a very good ball to Anthony. Oh, and Unai Simon. Hammer down 6 shots if we get out of the group stage. I can maybe do that. I can maybe do that. If we get out of the group stage, I will definitely be celebrating. But yeah, looking at today's midfield 4, I'm assuming you'll see something like Witsel, Gio, De Hood, Royce, Mullen, Holland. That's my guess. But I mean, Bellingham could be in there and De Hood could drop back to the 6. I think everyone outside England cheered for Italy. I think that you're very right. I think that you're very right. Drank a whole bottle of maple syrup. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I had a shot. I had a shot after Canada win because I said that I would. And OC turned it into a nice pitcher, and I respect that. I don't know if I could finish a whole jug. I don't know if I could finish a whole jug of that. But I'll definitely do something. Nice ball. Do you think Dortmund will win by more than 2 goals today in the Pokal? I do. They're against a very, and no disrespect, they're against a very weak opposition. Dortmund should have a pretty easy affair today. And we get to see our boy Mullen. Producer T bought a Mullen kit already. I'm not sure if you guys have saw it, but it looks fresh. So I have a feeling he's going to start and hopefully score. And it got retweeted by a tactical manager in Rabona TV, and I made that picture my Twitter header. I did not know that you made it your Twitter header, but you know what? I respect it. I don't regret it. I don't regret the action. I told you guys I would take a shot of maple syrup if Canada won, and you know what? For a good chunk of that game, it did not look like they were going to. Eat a pound of Canadian bacon. I don't want to get fat. Nicely done there by Cucurella. Why doesn't Producer T show himself? He's chilling in the background. He's here. We'll get him to come on for something soon. I don't know quite what yet. We'll get him on for something soon. The fans want to see. They want to see Producer T.
Buy a second-tier membership.
Buy a second. Anyone who has a second-tier membership, Producer T puts up a video once a month for those guys only. So if you have the second-tier version, you can go through and see some videos. His latest one, he showed off his foot team. But Producer T has been on the channel before. So if you creep down in our videos, you will be able to find him. If you go to the Pokal 5 takeaways, he was in there drinking a beer with me. Nice ball to Dani Olmo. He did a Euro predictions as well. He did the box unveiling. Oh, it's a big turnover there, but did very, very nicely. Nice ball. And Spain is once again building up with possession from the back. In a very slow build-up, to be fair. But if you got to just tuning in today, be sure to drop a like, say hello in the chat, and drop your country, guys. Let us know where you're watching from today. See if there's any support from Brazil, from Spain. There's a nice ball. Over to Marco Asensio. Decent ball, back door. Finds Dani Olmo. Oh, Diego Carlos. Very well done there. and brought down for a foul coming up for Spain. But a very, very good look there for the Spanish side. Marco Asensio, a very nice delivery to the back door. It found Dani Olmo, but actually Diego Carlos did so well there. He literally lifted it up in front of Dani Olmo, took it towards his own goal, chipped his own keeper, and then cleared it off the line. Very good defending there from Diego Carlos to keep it 0-0. But OC is watching from India, obviously. Yi is watching from America. We did just gain a subscriber as well. Big shout out to you, my friend. I appreciate the sub on the channel. If you guys want to help us get to our goal of 5K, dropping a sub is always appreciated. So I appreciate the sub, my friend. And say hello if you're a new subscriber in the chat. Because there's a free kick coming up here from Marcus Asensio. But quite a few from yards over the net there. But Joel's watching from America. You can get a bottle of Coke for 30 rupees. Well, there you are. There you are, my friend. Love you, bro. Appreciate the love, my man. Hope you're doing well today. In what is going to be, hopefully, I mean, I really enjoyed watching the Canada final yesterday. It was a really tight affair. I'm assuming, like, this is the dream final. If you're looking at the paper of the starting 11 between every team that was in this tournament, I don't really think any starting 11 can come close to the Brazilian or the Spanish side. Both of them are so good. Both of them are so stacked. And this should lead to a very interesting final. God Kong Snake is here. Says, how is TSN coverage the Olympics but not because NBC dropped the ball? I think it's really good, actually, to be fair. If you guys I have CBC, so I'm able to watch pretty much everything. That's a poor turnover there by Simon. That'll probably be offside. Finds Cunha. Nice save at the end, but more than likely will be an offside. But yeah, CBC's coverage and TSN's coverage of the Olympics has been pretty good so far. Nice, easily available. And of course, if you're in Canada and you go to cbc.ca, you can have access to the match. But Claudinho's got a corner kick coming up for the Brazilians. But guys, I'm curious. I'm going to ask you guys a question just after this free kick, or this corner kick comes in from Claudinho. He takes it short. Hit from distance. Well saved in the end. But alright guys, I have a question for you guys. Question one. Are you guys more keen to watch La Liga now that ESPN is carrying it, or TSN? So for you Canadians who don't know, we're able to watch La Liga very easily. It's ready and available to us, something that we've never had before, and obviously ESPN is as well. So does that make you want to get into La Liga at all? And then on top of that is the fact that Messi leaves makes you not want to. Because I mean, there's not a crazy amount of soccer coverage here in Canada. So the fact that they're showing a lot of La Liga is actually pretty sweet. I'm gonna watch a lot of it. And Messi leaving doesn't make me want to watch it any less. But that's just my opinion. I feel like a lot of people don't share that same opinion. Spain will win 60%. All right, 60%. It's all over the places. Some of it's delayed into prime time, forcing the big events into... One, the La Liga rights are with Facebook. Ah. Well, yes, I guess you would... In India, I wasn't sure where your rights would be, but that's interesting. The only league I watch, the small teams in the Prem. Interesting, Zachary. Interesting. So no one watches La Liga, even Messi, when Messi was there. I would watch Liga because of Dest and Musa. That's interesting. And I mean, seeing how much La Liga has dropped over the years, especially to now being behind the Bundesliga, is interesting. But I usually watch Atleti. I like Atleti. They're not very fun to watch, I'm not going to lie, but I do watch them. I do also like watching Barca. I like watching Barca just because I have a soft spot for Barca. It wasn't really all about Messi, but it was cool to see him because he was just such a good player. I wouldn't mind watching Barca this year, seeing Depay come in, Griezmann, and see how they get on today. But the Bundesliga is on fan code. The only league which is on cable is in India is the Prem. Interesting. So OC, how do you become a Dortmund fan then, my man? Because growing up in Canada, same thing. We only had the Prem. So as you guys know the story, I've said it millions of times. You guys probably know as well, but yeah, interesting to see OC how you got into it. If in India you only really could watch the Premier League, but nice touch there by Dani Alves. Congratulations to the Canadian team on the gold medal. Much love, Dell. I appreciate that. It was very cool. Very cool moment for honestly Canadians for all around. It was an awesome moment yesterday. We had a very cool watch along here on the channel, and was very proud of the girls. The program here in Canada is growing and feels good. I'm still going to watch the Liga, want to see how Barca will perform without Messi. Same here, Joel. I'll probably watch a good chunk of Barcelona and Atletico next year. Maybe in Sevilla. I really like the way that they play. I'm still going to watch the Liga. And good. La Liga is dying in my opinion. No more big players, no international appeal anymore. I basically just watch the Bundesliga and Prem. Barca will have some great young players coming up though. Fair, Chris, fair. And yeah, I mean, La Liga was already on a downward trend. Bundesliga, like I said, just before Messi left, I read a report that said the Bundesliga has taken over La Liga, and then they lost Messi, which is their face of the league. So, that's a nice ball there to Anthony, and handled very well. So it's very interesting to see what will happen there. But Cucurella does very well there, and it's out. Just gained another subscriber though. Much love, my friend. Much love, helping us get closer to that 5K mark. It's always appreciative. The Bundesliga used to be on cable along with La Liga. The Bundesliga used to be on cable rights only on Fan Club last season, or Fan Code. Very interesting. Here in Canada, it's hard to see what besides the MLS and the CPL. Here in Canada, this is really, I guess, the Bundesliga came on Sportsnet, and now now La Liga is coming on. Oh, that's a good ball, but handled very, very easily from Spain. But I don't know. I'm excited. And any chance to get more football in front of my eyes, I'm going to say it's a win. So I'll be watching a lot more La Liga this year because it's going to be ready and available. I can just toss on TSN and bang, there it is. Do you think that Barca will win the Johan Camper against Juve tomorrow? I don't know. It'll depend on obviously what the starting 11 looks like. But Barca's been pretty decent in preseason, so I guess without knowing a lot about who's going to start, if I had to pick one, I'd say probably... Oh, good little shot there from Richarlison. But yeah, I'd probably say Barca. Every once in a while, ESPN will put on a game on TV, like they had the Dortmund versus Bayern game where Haaland scored 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Yep, ESPN, I mean, if I was in the States, I would get ESPN. Because it's just, I don't know, I feel like they have a lot of everything, a little bit of everything, kind of. And I really enjoy watching their hosts, but I can only watch them really on YouTube. But a good little chance there from Richarlison. Hammers it into the side netting as Spain rebuild from the back. Oh, but very well done there by Michael Moreno. Over to Gil. Aside from the final of the Champions League wasn't on TV unless it was on TV, but I don't think it was. Yeah, DAZN bought all the rights from the Premier League, Serie A, and Champions League, Europa League. So on TV in Canada, if you're looking at TSN or CBC, which you're basically just looking at TSN and Sportsnet, you'll get usually just Bayern or Dortmund games, and now we'll have La Liga, MLS, and CPL. But the MLS is usually just like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. The draw is in 19 more days for the Champions League. We'll be covering it here on the channel. I am excited, but that's a tough little challenge on Richarlison right from the back from Eric Garcia there. Serie A also broadcasts on Sony in India. Interesting, interesting. I like ESPN FC guys, especially the Football Americas. Sebastian Salazar and Herc Gomez. Oh, that's a good ball. Found Richarlison. Handled very easily. But yeah, I like them as well. I like Dan Thomas, Shaq. I really like Ali Moreno. I honestly like them all. And if I'm being completely honest, probably Gab is my favorite. I think Gab's a very knowledgeable man. Really enjoy listening to him. The ESPN FC crew, they're, I don't know. They're people I look up to because I really respect what they have to say. I think they're very, very knowledgeable. Yeah, when the Gold Cup was on, I listened to Football Americas pretty much every single day, getting their opinion. They don't talk about the Canadian men's national team, but I still feel like I learn some stuff by listening to them, especially even about the States. But it's the Gavin Jules pod is what I like to listen to. But Spain starting up from the back, and a foul given, played it quickly. Bruno Guimaraes is not impressed. Even without Messi or other big names, I think La Liga is still a competitive league. May not be the best promoter on our rich owners, but heck, I watched Asian League and smaller leagues before, and it is fun. Very true, very true. And yeah, I mean, La Liga is still a massive league. It's still a very, very talented league. And if it's coming and they're getting the rights to ESPN, they're putting it right in your face. Same as in TSN. And if you're a Canadian, I mean, why not? I wish Eustachio would go to La Liga. It would be such a good connection. There's no Canadians playing, and we're literally hosting and showing the league all over TSN, which is our primary sports network. And if someone goes out there and signs Eustachio, well then bang, you have a player. Who is better until now? I'd say Spain's had the majority of the play, but the better chances have fallen to Brazil. You heading out, my friend? Take care. Hopefully see you still at some point in the chat. Not sure if you're gone for the game or if you got something to do, but if you are, take care. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon. But yeah, I mean, La Liga is still an excellent league. And if you're Canadian, there's no reason not to get into La Liga because it's available to you. I'm excited for that. But the draw of Messi for getting neutral fans kind of into it will be missing, and that'll be a shame. That'll be a shame. A nice ball there to Claudinho. Looking for Anthony. Dani Alves. I have a feeling he's gonna the one guy for Brazil who's gonna score today. Dani Alves. Oh, look at Anthony go. Beautiful little shimmy there. Falls back door and out for a corner. So basically in 2018, Bundesliga, Star Sports, Serie A, Sony, La Liga, Sony, Prem, Star Sports, UEFA Champions League, Sony, MLS, Eurosport, Eredivisie, Eurosport in India. It's good chunk of stuff there. 200 rupees for the whole Bundesliga season is not too bad. We don't have to watch Werder Bremen games anymore. I will come back. See you. Good, my man. Good. I will only watch La Liga for Dest, really. I really enjoy watching Barca, and I'm gonna find it fascinating watching Barca this year, especially without Messi. So I'm probably, honestly, like I said, I really like Atletico. But I mean, as you guys have known, I've been to Barca. I have a big soft spot for Barca, and now that Messi's not there, it seems like a cool reason maybe to start following them a little more. They'll probably lose a lot of their fans, to be honest. And I'm curious to see what Ronald Koeman can do, and if Depay can step up. Always been a big fan of Depay. There is a lot of talents there, and I like those storylines to see what can happen after 21 years at the club. Messi's gone. I don't know. And I really enjoy watching Barca play. They play a different, beautiful type of football. And I don't know. When you see a European team live when you're Canadian, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I don't know. Maybe I'll follow Barca a little bit more this year because they're the team who I enjoyed watching the most in the Liga last year. Because if you guys know, if you're an Atleti supporter, they're painful on the eyes to watch. It is some ugly football, but they get the job done, and that is the Diego Simeone way. But when you're putting time into watching games, you kind of want to, enjoy it a little more than watching defending for 60 minutes when you have players like Carrasco and Luis Suarez and then hitting once on the break and winning 1-0. That is what Atletico did to win the league last year. I respect it because they won the league, but I mean, boring. And there's a nice ball to Cucurella. Going back door, finds Marcos Asensio. Nice little shot and collected easily there by Santos. By the way, the cup competitions are in the top 5 leagues and Liga are on Sony as well. Interesting. I feel like the mid-table teams from the Liga will be making moves for top of the table. What do you think? I feel like the mid-table teams from the Liga will be making moves to the top of the table. Pardon? I don't know. I don't know about quite like that. My opinion is, for the season, I mean, the depth in the mid of La Liga, I think, will be open. But I don't think I think, like, for example, a team like Sevilla. I think Sevilla could compete for the title this year. I think, with Ancelotti coming in, a downgrade on Zidane. I think with Sergio Ramos and Varane going out of Madrid took a huge step back. Barca lost Messi, yes, but gained Depay, gained Aguero, gained Eric Garcia, gained Emerson. They are okay. Still a bit of a step back when you lose Messi, obviously. Atletico have to be the favorites, I'd say. They've strengthened, adding Rodrigo de Paul, still having Simeone, their core group of players. And then a team like Sevilla, who was in the fight last year. Very, very well-run team under Lopetegui. They play the 4-3-3. Ocampos, Suso, Rakitic. They have a very strong team. Diego Carlos, who's playing in today's match. So I could see the title race being open if Atletico can't pull off what they did last year, which is hard to win that many games, like 1-0. But yeah, I think it's going to be an open match. And then you have your Sociedads. I mean, Valencia will probably still be garbage, but, they have a new man. Took on Getafe's manager. Oh, nice ball there. And misread by Unai Simon. I'm not sure where he went wrong there, but I think he punched Cunha in the throat by the looks of it. Oh, he flattened Cunha. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for Liga. I really enjoy watching the league. I like watching. I told you guys, I love watching all leagues in the top 5 because they're all excellent leagues, excellent footballers in those leagues. And even without Messi, it would be a shame to see the Liga take a huge dip because it's such a talented league. But I hope that answers that. Memphis is looking very good in Barca in preseason. He is. I hope he takes the number 10. I know a lot of people want to see it retired, but I don't know. I hope Memphis takes it. And he's got the personalities to go and try to take number 10. But Matheus Cunha is still down. It was quite the collision. Hopefully he's okay. Diego Lainez is scoring 45 goals for Real Betis, is winning the league. Well, I think Lainez is at 1,000 days without, or over 1,000 days without a league goal. So, I mean, hopefully he breaks that. He's looked better in this summer than he has in pretty much the majority of the last year. Prem is getting more balanced this offseason. It ruined that. Yeah, especially with City. This is like Argentina versus Brazil. Too many fouls. It's a fair assessment. It's gonna be interesting to see how Brazil are able to cope with this, especially because they're a team that likes possession as well. But if there's a national team who I can think of who, there's VAR taking a look at a possible penalty right now. That'd be interesting if they give it. He's going to check it out. Damn, there might be a penalty given here. It was kind of sloppy by Simon. I didn't think that they'd give the pen though. But I want to see the replay again because he absolutely flattened Matheus Cunha. But if you guys are just joining us today in the chat, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub. help us get to 5K as we're watching a potential penalty review. And you know what? I mean, he got the ball. No, he didn't. He missed the ball. So, you know what? I bet you that's given. There wasn't a single bit of contact on that ball. He completely missed it. If he would have hit that ball, I feel like it might not have been given. But also, it wasn't a I don't know. It's questionable. What do you guys think? Pen or no pen? I think pen because he didn't have any contact whatsoever with the ball and then took out the player. The only reason I think maybe no pen is because the ball wasn't even really in a dangerous territory. But he's made his decision pretty quickly. I think he's going to give it. Bang, he did. Penalty to Brazil. All right, guys. Who's going to take this? Richarl. No, who took their last one? Matthias Cunha did take their last one, and he missed it. So I don't know who's going to take it. Is it Richarlison? Yeah, and it better be. Richarlison is leading the tournament right now with 5 goals. He had an opportunity to score his 4th goal in the first half of the first match against Germany, and they let Matthias Cunha take it, and Matthias Cunha missed. So Richarlison has now grabbed the ball, and he is looking to take it now for his 6th of the tournament, and to solidify that he will definitely win the Golden Boot of the tournament. Number 10 for Brazil. Very sloppy there from Unai Simon. Misjudged it, took out Matthias Cunha, and now Richarlison, an opportunity from the spot to make it 1-0 for tactical managers Brazilians. What is Simon going to do here? It's Richarlison with the Neymar. Oh, God. Oh, man. 2 penalty misses for the Brazilians in this tournament. Matthias Cunha and now Richarlison. Really poor penalty. Hit it with way too much distance. Damn. What a miss. MLQ says, let's go Spain. It was a really poor penalty. Really poor penalty. Not very good technique. I mean, I can't think of anyone else who could have been preferred to take it. I mean, Claudinho takes penalties for his side, so maybe he should have been a better option. Richarlison doesn't usually take pens. Douglas Luiz could have maybe, and Guimaraes could have maybe. But, I mean, when you're the leading goal scorer of the tournament, you know, what can you do? They should really retire Messi's jersey, in my opinion. No one else can live up to the greatness in Barcelona. I agree and don't agree, and I don't know what they're going to do. I just think it's a shame if they retire the number 10 jersey. The number 10 jersey, in my opinion, should never be retired. I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. You're telling me for the rest of history, no one ever is allowed to wear the number 10 at Barcelona. It just seems somewhat ridiculous. If I'm at Memphis Depay, I don't want to wear number 27. If I'm Insigne at Napoli, I don't want to wear number 24. Ugly number. I want to wear number 10 because it's the best number to wear. It's what your best players usually wear. Now, like I said, if there is one player that you should maybe consider retiring number 10, it is for Messi, obviously. But Messi is still playing. So, I don't know. I don't. Let me know, guys. What do you think? Retire Messi's jersey or don't? Oh, but the ref has halted play there. There might be another penalty check for the Spaniards this time. And no, that was very quick. Messi's doing a press conference tomorrow at Camp Nou. Interesting. What's your favorite side from... What's your favorite per aside from Davies and David? Are you asking who my favorite Canadian is then, besides David and Davies? It would probably be Kyle Larin. Actually, no, it's probably became Tajon Buchanan. I really, really like watching Buchanan play. Earned a move to Club Brugge, even though I still hope it collapses and he ends up going to the Bundesliga or Liga. Don't really want to watch Club Brugge. But what can you do? What do you think about Haaland? One of the best strikers and probably the future of football along with Kylian Mbappe. So love having him on Dortmund and want to enjoy him for as long as I possibly can before he moves on. Messi in PSG is going to take number 19. He's not going to take 10 from Neymar. I heard that, but I think it's funny because number 10 or number 19 belongs to Sarabia. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible corner kick from Dani Olmo. That was awful. But yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that name because Neymar, for you guys who don't know, Neymar wore, when he went to Barcelona, Neymar started off Messi started off wearing number 30, and then he switched to number 19, and then he took number 10 from Ronaldinho. And then for the national team for Argentina, he wore number 19 to begin with, and then he switched to number 10 when it became available. So Messi does have a connection with number 19, and obviously he doesn't want to take number 10 from Neymar, but Pablo Sarabia is still number 19 at PSG. So what that tells me is he's the one who's probably gonna head out. So more than likely, you'll see Sarabia leave. You'll see probably one of Dalio or Kier leave. You'll probably see one of Draxler or Herrera leave. PSG has got a lot of trimming to do, but yes, I did hear that as well. And you know what? I think that's a good play by Messi to not take number 10 from Neymar. It's not like you're taking 19 from Sarabia. No disrespect to Sarabia, but clearly Messi it's already spoken. I just think it's funny. Pitcher going to a team and not being on the team yet and being like, yeah, no, it's okay. I'll wear number 19. Sarabia's like, okay, cool. I guess I'm not going to be here for much longer. But to be fair, Sarabia has been linked to the door, and I think he's planning on going back to the La Liga anyways. I hope he kind of goes to Villarreal. That'd be a nice team I'd like to see him go to. The gamble is not watching the game. Give me a suggestion for halftime if you think less than 2 goals. For you prediction and you betting people out there, it's still 0-0. I could see the game being 1-1 or 0-0 going to extra time. I know that doesn't help you, but that is what I'm thinking. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. It could maybe even be 1-0. And what were we saying? No more than 2, or do you think there'll be less than 2 goals? You know what? Yes, I do. I think there will be less than 2 goals. So if you want to put a bet, I would say that. This 2021, 2022, 2022, no one should wear number 10. And I agree maybe that should be an option, but Memphis Depay has got a big personality. I'm someone who's very very familiar with Memphis Depay. If I'm asking someone who doesn't give a crap about taking number 10, it's Depay. So I don't know what's gonna happen there, but I bet you any money Depay is going to ask for number 10, and then it's just whether Barca will grant it or not. But the fact that Messi is leaving on a free, he's done so much for the club, but he's gonna go end up playing probably a few years in Liga and then a few years probably back in Argentina or in the MLS. I don't know. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it retired, and I bet you Depay takes it if Barca allow it. But if because I don't know, he's supposed to be your new star player, and like what would happen if it was Neymar not asking for number 10 at Barca, or a player like that, or Messi asking number 10 at PSG? You pretty much have to grant it, and Depay is supposed to be your new superstar. So if Depay wants number 10, I don't think it's going to be a good look for him to say no. He wears number 10 for Lyon. He wore number 10 for the Netherlands. He's going to want number 10. That's a for sure fact. It's just whether Barca will grant it or not. There's about 15 seconds left before we head to the 45th minute. Nice ball there, but Anthony gets tripped up. Neymar said if Messi would sign for PSG, he's willing to give up his number 10 jersey. Yes, he did say that as well, but then Messi came out and said, I'm not going to take 10 from Neymar, I'm going to take 19. 2 additional minutes added here in the first half. Where can I watch Liga in which channel? Depends, I guess, where you're watching from, my friend. I'm assuming because it's starting today, you want to watch the Lyon match. I believe BT Sports has it. More than likely, you're going to have to stream it. Like, it's not available in Canada. That's where I'm from, so I couldn't help you. But here comes Claudinho. Nice ball down the left-hand side. Finds Richarlison. Oh, good block there by Pau Torres. Very well done. In PSG, who wears number 30? Their 3rd string or 4th string keeper wears number 30. But yeah, Messi will take 19. I don't think Eustachio will be that good at least by U.S. standards. I think Eustachio is an excellent player, and in my opinion, and I think Tax said this too, so it's not like I'm being crazy biased, but he said Eustachio can maybe break into the U.S.'s starting 11 through the midfield, but it depends how they line up. But I don't know. I still think Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, better players for now. But Eustachio is an excellent player, and the reason that I'm saying that a move to La Liga should be perfect for him is because he's Portuguese. He grew up in Portugal, right beside Spain. He needs to move on. He's good enough to move on, and with the broadcasting rights going to TSN, it falls to Acuna, and a beautiful finish. A very sloppy goal. Very sloppy goal to concede. Matheus Cunha. And you know what? Brazil has had the better chances. But that was very sloppy. And very, very unorthodox from the Spanish back two there. I'm not sure exactly whose fault that was, but it was a nice ball that was drilled in. Backdoor. Anthony did very well. And then two players completely miss it. It looks like Pau Torres is to blame. Completely whiffs it. It was Claudinho who whipped that ball in back post. I think it was Dani Alves who did very well. And then Pau Torres, I'm not sure what he was doing, but completely misread it. Falls to Matheus Cunha, who puts the Brazilians up 1-0. That was a dagger to score right before halftime. Brazilians are up 1-0, guys. But yeah, going back to Eustachio. Give the Canadians what they want. The sport's growing. Put one in La Liga. That way, there's a player each and every week that Canadians can watch on TSN if they need to. And he needs to move on from Pacos de Ferreira. He's good enough to move on. It doesn't have to be a team at the top of the La Liga standings, but a team like Levante, maybe. Or Sociedad, or someone like that. I don't know. PSG is going all out for Messi. Yes, they did. What number did Messi wear his rookie year? He wore 30, and then he took 19, and then he took 10. I'm hyped about the Pokal game against Wayne Wiesbaden. Is that crazy? No, it's not, my man. No, it's not. Halftime is here, though, in today's match. And yes, we do have our other watch-along coming up later in the day. The first competitive match under Marco Rosa with Daniel Mullen. So yeah, you have every reason to be pumped. UDEF helped a lot, bro. Appreciate the suggestion. No problem, my man. Even though, one goal's already been scored, but I still think my under 2 goals is still a fair bet. Even though Brazil just scored, Brazil's very good at seeing out games, so this thing could easily end 1-0. What's your favorite player aside from David and Davies? Well, my favorite player is Marco Reus. He's my favorite player. But my favorite Canadian player is David, and now Tajon Buchanan is making a run for it. PSG will present Messi in front of the Eiffel Tower. 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. I feel sorry for Naves. He got replaced by Courtois at Real Madrid, and now has been replaced by Donnarumma at PSG. Yeah, very, very unfair. In my opinion, very, very unfair. He is a class keeper, man. And he's just kind of gets the short staff every once in a while, but what can you do? Dani Alves did do a very good job there. Very good job. That ball was going out. Dani Alves, again, whipping back the years, showing the pace on the guy, and he absolutely nailed it. But you guys have been killing it today with the subs, guys. You've gotten us to within 400 subscribers of 5K. So everyone out there who's subscribed today, we desperately, desperately appreciate it. And we've already gained a good chunk today. So I appreciate the love and the support. And you guys are getting us close to our goal of 5K, guys. So drop a like. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate the chat. It's been very nice chat today. Enjoying the Olympic final, especially after, the ladies have won. I always pronounce Wiesbaden as Wiesbaden. Wiesbaden. Well, not sure what's going on here with my game, but do you think that Royce would have been a top 5 player without all his injuries? I think all of his injuries took a huge toll on him. When Marco Reus became my favorite player, he was a winger. He was lightning fast. He was incredible on the ball. He was one of the most talented players I've ever seen, which made me fall in love with the left wing position. I used to play as a cam before watching Marco Reus play, and then I just fell for left wingers. I told you guys a reason why I like Lille from Liga. I mean, obviously Jonathan David's there, which has made me like them a lot more, but that's where I first started watching Eden Hazard. And Eden Hazard was a special winger, man. He really was. Watching him out on the wings, watching Royce on the wings when in his earlier years, they were two of my favorite players to watch. And when I used to play for college, it's kind of how I wanted to build my game off of what they did. And yeah, I mean, both of them have obviously changed a lot. Hazard has just riddled with injuries, as did Royce, but Royce has still been able to perform. And he's still being able to perform at a top level. He had a great season towards the end of last season. I don't think anyone can deny that. He was on tip-top form. And he's had to switch up his game, and he plays as a cam now. And I would be curious to see what his ceiling would have been if he could have seen out his career without all these injuries. But he still had a great career nonetheless. Streaming the volleyball final? I won't be. I don't know anything about volleyball. I barely know how to play it. Who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? For the upcoming season? Not sure, but I mean, Lewandowski should have won it, so I mean, no reason to think that it might not be him. Bro, where are you from? Bro, from where? When are you gonna start live streaming the matches? Are you talking about the Pokal later today? I'm gonna start. When are we gonna start our Pokal one? When do we have to stream? Or games at 2:45?
Yeah.
Probably 2:50. Probably 2:15 today. 2:15 Eastern time is when we'll start our watch along for our Dortmund match, guys. So it should be fun. If Marco didn't have all those injuries, I'm sure he would have won the Ballon d'Or by now, and would have been him, but not Modric, and would have broke Messi, Ronaldo. Yeah, and it's hard to know exactly what would have happened, man, because we'll never know. But yeah, Royce definitely would have been a top 5 Ballon d'Or contender because of all his injuries. That's what I like to think as well. Sam says Richarlison's overrated and will flop at a big club. Breathwaite better than Richarlison. Sam, I can't agree with you on that one, but I rate Richarlison very highly, but I mean, he is still at Everton, so I mean, if you're going to want to make that next step in your career, you may look to move on, but I'm assuming you're making a joke saying that Breathwaite's better than him, but oh mate, you're gonna get into volleyball. You're missing out. I have shoulder problems, so like, and I've never played it before, but never been into our volleyball there. But Messi will win the 2021 Ballon d'Or. Yeah. I mean, if he goes to if he heads on over to PSG, there's definitely a potential for that. Royce and Gutsa was my favorite duo. Yeah, I see that. Oh, look who joins the chat. It's Tactical Manager. Tac, how you doing, my man? Kings of Soccer are winning. I'm pretty sure Tactical's probably watching the match. Tact, what are your thoughts so far? I'd say it's a pretty decent match. The way things were going. Couple sloppy plays there from Spain was the reason honestly, they could have scored a couple goals. The pen, very poor timing by Unai Simon, as well as obviously seeing the sloppy defending by Pau Torres that fell to Matthias Cunha. But yeah, I mean, we knew that Spain was going to have more possession because it's just the way that they play. But I'd say the better chances fell to Brazil, and rightfully so, they have the lead. So Tacticals just had quite the summer with the amount of success the U.S. men's national team has brought. And now his Brazilians looking to bring home gold for the second consecutive Olympics. So yeah, Tac's been all over the W's recently. But hey, my ladies have brought home a gold medal for Canada. So you know what? I'm happy. with some improvement from the men. But yeah, vintage Götze. And as a lot of you guys know as well, Götze was the first player at Dortmund who I liked, because he was there a year, or he played consistently a year before Royce got there. So Götze was my favorite player until Royce got there, and Royce just took it over. Kings of CONCACAF says yeet yeet. I don't think Messi should be in the Ballon d'Or talk now. He's only won the Copa America and finished third in the Liga. By that logic, Jorginho deserves the Ballon d'Or. I mean, Jorginho had an excellent season, but Jorginho does not deserve the Ballon d'Or. It's a team sport. I mean, Jorginho played his part for Chelsea and absolutely killed it, but his individual performances were not as impressive as Messi's, as Lewandowski's, in my opinion. But there's a whole bunch of things that goes into the Ballon d'Or, and I mean, yeah, Jorginho won pretty much everything that there was to win and was a vital part of that Chelsea squad. But playing as a midfielder, it's a simple. You get overlooked. So I mean, it'd be cool to see him maybe get a little higher in the standings, but I wouldn't hold your breath thinking that Jorginho may win it. Any possibility of Götze coming back to BVB to end his career? Zero. I don't think there's a lot of love lost between the fans and Götze. He did his return, and honestly, he wasn't very good. And now he's been moved on to PSV. I am 99% positive Götze will never return to Dortmund, nor should he. There's no point. He's not getting any better at at his age right now. He's over the peak and down the hill. So I wish him success in PSV, and I think he should probably stay there as long as he can, because right now he's performing. He's playing PSV. After Mullins was sold, they switched from the 4-4-2 to the 4-2-3-1. Götze is now playing as a cam, playing in his best position. Madueke is playing out on the right attacking side. So yeah, I mean, it's probably where we'll see most of Götze's career dwindle out. Why does Brazil always take the Olympics so seriously? Because the thing with the Olympics, and there was a debate of whether the Olympics should have football or not, because when you think of the Olympics, you think of the best of the best. This isn't the best of the best. This is a bunch of youngsters under U23s who are talented, and then a couple golden oldies. That is what the Olympics is, no way around it. But if you want to take it seriously, which Brazil do. So you know what? If Brazil want to come here to win it, then I think rightfully so. And honestly, kudos to Spain, because Spain's team looks excellent as well. But for example, look at France. France had none of the players that they wanted for the U23s, and their golden oldies was Gignac, Thauvin, and the Montpellier guy. I can't remember his name at the moment, but a very poor French team. So, I mean, it all depends how you want to look at the Olympics, but Brazil have a lot of national pride, and I think tactical manager could speak to that more than I could, but winning is in the culture, and honestly, half the time Brazil can send teams that, I mean, could be your B team and still win. And I mean, this Brazilian team was very strong, and the overagers that came were still relatively decent, but I mean, one was a keeper from the Brazilian league in Santos, who, I mean, isn't a household name by any stretch. One was a 38-year-old Dani Alves, who is a household name, but again, 38. And then the other one was Diego Carlos, who is a solid center back. On top of that, you have your Richarlisons and different players who are able to come. It's a very stacked Brazilian team, and they barely had to try to put one together. And Spain took a lot of their great players as well. Marcus Asensio, being an overager, wasn't a player who represented Spain at the at the Euros, but which didn't stop them. So I don't know. I've always enjoyed watching the Olympics. I really have. Football at the Olympics, it's a reason to watch football. It was always easy for me to watch here on CBC, so I don't have any complaints about it. But yeah, I mean, why not take it seriously? If you're gonna send your players, you want to win. Kudos to Brazil and kudos to Spain. They sent two teams that could compete to win this, and rightfully so. They're both in the final. Anami from Salzburg. Dortmund need to sign him. Salzburg always having best talents. It's crazy. Yes, I am very familiar with him. He will have a lot of eyes looking at the young German. Dortmund could be one of them. And maybe once Holland leaves, he could be a real good look for BBB. But there will be a lot of teams taking a look at that young man. That is for sure. Salzburg talents is where we took Holland from. So why not dip back in? Ballon d'Or for individual awards, not team awards. Exactly, Sam, and that's fair. I mean, Jorginho still had excellent performances. I don't want to take anything away from that, but I can't compare Jorginho's performances to Messi's, Because, I mean, yes, Messi or even Lewandowski. I mean, especially Lewandowski. Their performances are better than Jorginho's. Just because Jorginho won maybe a lot more doesn't, I don't know, to me, it doesn't quite matter. But what can you do? Girls should be U23 as well. And there's another interesting point. And especially here in Canada, just to give you guys an outside perspective on what the Olympics means, the Olympics almost sometimes is more important than, or at least gets, as for the women's team, it gets almost as much attention as the World Cup. Because it's a chance for the women to show that they're the best. And they're allowed all ages. So where the men's aren't, I don't know. There is some real questionable decision making between how serious to take the Olympics. But that is a great point, Zachary. You're spot on. The girls are all ages. Why is the girls all ages when the men's is U23s with a couple of golden oldies? Man United pondering on it on Everton. I know it's friendly. I haven't seen any of the other scores today. I burnt my hand making corn chips. It's a tough day, my guy. It's a tough day. Imagine suddenly swapping Haaland for Messi. Couldn't be me. Yeah, questionable. I'm going to go take a look at some of the other scores today. Seeing what you guys are talking about. I'm assuming it's in a friendly. Couple of the poll call games coming up today. Most of the Bundesliga sides will be favorites, as the Bundesliga 2 sides as well. There it is. Man United versus Everton. Greenwood, Maguire, Fernandes have all scored. Donny van de Beek has started as a CDM today. Daniel James, Martial, Demarai Gray, Rodriguez for Everton. Decent looking game. But the second half is going to get ready to start back up here, guys. Drop a like if you are just joining us to the channel. Drop a sub as well if you want to help us get closer to our goal of 5K. You guys have been killing it today, and I'm very appreciative of that. Do you think that there's any chance to keep Haaland after this season? I wouldn't hold your breath. Let's just say that. I'd say the chances of Haaland staying this summer, like I said, are 95%. And I think probably the chances of him leaving next summer is probably like 80. It'll depend. A lot can happen in a year, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Dortmund can do to convince him. I think the only chance we have to keep him is a really good season this year. Maybe win the Bundesliga, show why we deserve to keep a player like him. But more than likely, he will end up moving on. I think Götze used to be better than Lewandowski at Dortmund. The only reason Bayern ever started looking at Lewandowski was because of those 4 goals against Real Madrid. Varane looked like Paul McShane Rochdale. Yeah, sort of. In my opinion, Götze had one of the highest ceilings you would have ever seen as a young player. It's why he won the Golden Boy. It's why he led Dortmund to the Bundesliga success. He was the next big thing in football. He made a move at the wrong time, and injuries and the disease he had completely, basically ruined his career. Very sloppy there. And Brazil already on the attack, finding Richarlison, but it finds the friendly hands of Simon. But yeah, I mean, Götze, like I said, my first year of watching pretty much every Dortmund game was in the 2009-2010 season. And I watched a very talented Mario Götze. And there's a double substitution as well at halftime. Brian Gill and Carlos Soler have come on. So interesting, Spain going to the bench already. Obviously not happy with what they saw in the first half there. Rightfully so. But yeah, it's a shame. Götze could have been one of the best in the world, and a couple of decision makings ended up pretty much ruining his career. Andres Pereira scores a screamer against Brentford, and a couple people act like he's prime Pirlo. He's worse than Maloney at striker. Abel's here, says, let's go Spain. Up Spain. Got a little friendly Spain fans in the chat. If you guys, right now, drop a flag. Who are you guys going for the rest of this match? You want to see Brazil take it home, or do you want to see Spain? It seems like we have an interesting duo in the chat. It seems like there's a good debate about each one. I don't personally really care, to be honest. I guess kind of want Brazil, but I'm more familiar, like I said, with their players. In my opinion, Haaland might stay if we win the triple. Otherwise, not likely. And honestly, winning the treble is not likely. I think the biggest reason why Haaland may stay is if that release clause isn't there. If that release clause is there, guys, we have zero control. It comes down to Haaland. If someone goes and buys 75, which probably 5 or 6 clubs will look to do, all they gotta do is agree personal terms, and Dortmund are completely out of the conversation. But if that release clause isn't actually real, or if Dortmund figured out a way to get it up to 120, some teams may not be. I mean, still a lot of teams will be interested. So I mean, if that release clause is there, guys, we're done. We won't be able to keep him. There's nothing we can do about it. I don't think Haaland will give up a move to another club when he has the option to do so. He's got the pick of the litter. Nice ball there. Oh, good opportunity from Spain. Good work down the left-hand side. Great ball into the box. Might have been offside, but it was a real good look by... Look at that. Nice ball. Found a lot of free room. Oh, and I think it was offside. Blocked by their own player. It was Carlos Soler who ended up blocking it on the line. But yeah, so that's my opinion, guys. If the release clause is real, Haaland's gone next summer. No ifs, ands, or buts. Guerrero is one of the most one of the most underrated players ever. I agree. Only Dortmund fans understand how talented Guerrero is. We get to see it each and every game. Who scored for Brazil? Matheus Cunha scored for Brazil, my man. Big mistake from Pau Torres. Let the ball bounce and just taken by Matheus Cunha and slotted in the bottom corner. But here comes Guimaraes. Pit pocketed by Dani Olmo, does very well there. And no foul given as Dani Alves takes the ball back. Liked the video, guys. Zara, I appreciate the shout out. And if you guys want to like it, always appreciate it, as Gil is going down the other way right now, the new Tottenham boy. But turns around and gets it stolen by Anthony. Madueke to Dortmund is now a pipe dream. His performance against put on the radars of Prem teams. Yep, and it's funny. We were linked to Madueke this summer already, and now Tottenham has been linked back to him, and United's been linked back to him. I think maybe Arsenal too. I read, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna sign Madueke. I've been pretty open about that, especially this summer. But I don't think, to be fair, I don't think anyone's gonna sign him this summer. I think he wants to stay at PSV. Like I said, he's found a system that's gonna work for him. PSV has looked so good in preseason. They look so good in their European qualification. They have a new set system. They switched from the 4-4-2, which they only played because of Malen. That was a system that worked better for them. Now Roger Smith has got an opportunity to play the system that he likes more. Oh, that's got to be offside, but if not, that's a beautiful ball to find Anthony. Oh, and an excellent save by Unai Simon. I think the flag came up there, and it did, but yeah, PSV has now been able to play their system, and it's been put Götze as the cam, which is his best position, as well as Madueke now on a right attacking mid rather than a right mid. Looks a lot better. What do you think about Messi leaving? I think it's the right decision. I don't think La Liga should change their mind about giving basically Barca a way to sign him. I think that that is better for Barca because they've been so stranglehold on paying Messi's wages. They have to deal with a lot of dead weight. Not that Messi's not dead weight, but it gives them freedom to actually be able to sign players and then hopefully try flipping out players like Coutinho. Maybe even players like Breathwaite. Get them off the books, get them out of the club, and start building something new. Messi was coming to an end regardless. It's not like he's 28. He is older. He's only got a few good years left, and now you can start focusing on having good management, which is important for this longevity of the team. And for Messi, guess what? Barca's not going to offer you any type of Champions League competition. So why not go to Liga? See if you can do it over there, which you can, because you're Messi. Oh, nice ball from Cunha to Richarlison. Off the bar. Oh, beautiful, beautiful opportunity there. Really, really good counterattack from Cunha and Richarlison. That was so well worked. Dani Alves once again leading it. Find Claudinho with a nice onward header to Matheus Cunha. First touch over to Richarlison. drops the defender, goes for a goal, but Unai Simon with an unbelievable save. That should have been 2. Simon had an excellent save there, and then it was cleared out for a corner kick. Great counterattack, though, from the Brazilians. Good-looking football. Carlos Soler is going to become prime Eric Choupo-Moting. Well, different positions. Soler is more of a center mid, and Choupo-Moting is more of a plug. But so there isn't a release clause. Why is everyone continuing to think that there is one? And I've said that again a lot of times on the channel when people have been telling me, why don't we sell Haaland now for 175 instead of 75 next year? And the first thing I said is, one, we will lose a crap load of money because we will lose a talented player, shirt sales, the basic appearance of having someone like Erling Haaland. Secondly, there's no proof that there's a release clause. There isn't. There is whispers, but there could be a release clause, but it's also not determined that it's 75 mil. It could be 120 mil. Nobody really knows the details, so without having the details, I think it's very unfair to assume things. But I personally do think there is a release clause, guys. I do. I'm not going to lie. I think there is a release clause as of right now, but I also think it's probably towards 100 mil. And the other thing on top of that, the third point, is that there's no reason to think that Dortmund can't renegotiate. Offer him higher wages this season and bump that release clause up to 120, 150. That's another huge opportunity. And the final one is that if you sell Haaland, we won't win anything this year. So there you are. All the points why selling Haaland this year would be catastrophically stupid from Dortmund, especially after losing Sancho. But yeah, I agree with you. There's no evidence to exactly what that release clause is, so that's why there's no incentive for Dortmund to sell, and it's why they won't. There's a good little run there from Danny Olmo, though, but it was out for a goal kick. And Indian has finally won a gold medal after a long time. Oh, congratulations, my man. Very cool. Nice ball over to Guimaraes. No, I'm talking about how Eric Choupo-Moting blocked. I gotcha. Yes, you're spot on. I was confused. I couldn't figure out the reference right away. I was like, two very different players. One's a striker, one's a center mid. One's talented, one's not. I didn't know where you're going, but yes, Carlos Soler blocking on the line, which is something. One of the most famous goal stoppage of all time was when Choupo-Moting had the tap-in goal at PSG, and somehow, I can't even describe it. If you haven't seen it, you'll never understand. You'll have to look it up. Because it was a goal that, a child could have put in the back of the net. Choupo-Moting put the ball from going directly into the net to somehow putting it behind him. It was weird. But yes, OC, I enjoyed that reference. That made a lot more sense. But Brazil should be up by 2 right now. And unfortunately for them, they're going to give Spain an opportunity to fire back here. But one thing that this Brazilian team is going to be good at doing is seeing the game out. Especially with the longer this game goes on, the more possession Spain's going to have. Naturally, Brazil has the league and Spain is a possession-based team. But doing that, we'll be able to hit on the break. And like I said, when Spain has had without their firepower, without having a striker on the pitch, Spain sometimes struggles to create chances and to put the ball in the back of the net. And it's the counterattacks that will kill. If Spain start putting bodies forward, Spain starts really going for it, it's only going to take a matter of time before Brazil hits hard on the break. And let me tell you, players like Richarlison, Cunha should be able to take these chances. Have you seen the FIFA 22 trailer? Are you excited? I am. I haven't watched all of it yet. I watched about 20 seconds and then turned it off because I thought I might do a reaction video on it. Because a lot of you guys have tagged me and said, let's see that BBB career mode. And you know what? I respect it. So maybe I'll do that. But if you guys are just tuning in today, be sure to drop a like. I'm not sure how many likes we're at, but, pop one up there. Get us closer to whatever the goal may be. Let's say 70. I don't know. How has Eric Choupo-Moting managed to scam his way from relegation Stoke to Bayern? Yeah. I have no idea how he pulled that off. And then got an extension, which is also even funnier. What can you do, though? What can you do? When did Brazil score? They scored just before halftime. I think it was the 45th minute. Matheus Cunha, after a very sloppy piece of defending from Pau Torres, let the ball just basically fall to him. Poor ball there. Do you think Reyna brings his game to the next level next season? Last season he sucked, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I've said it to some of the American viewers. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Gio. I think he's got a huge ceiling, but he has not broken into Dortmund, and he's had a lot of very poor performances. He just averaged. But again, he was forced to play out of position, and a lot of the times he ghosted. You could not see him. You could not find him on the pitch. When he played in the middle, he was at his best. He looks a lot more confident in preseason this year. He's playing in a different role. He's playing as an 8 compared to playing on the wings and playing as a 10. So I think there's an opportunity for Gio to have a breakout season, but I still stick to my number one opinion with Dortmund. One of Brandt or Gio will bust this year. I think it's just facts. It's written in the star. One of them will have a good season, one will not. And I'm leaning towards more Gio having a good year than Brandt. So I think there's an opportunity for Gio to step up, but he has to find consistency in his game because that's something that he's never had at Dortmund quite yet. And hopefully Rosa will play him in his proper position. That'll give him an opportunity to be more successful. But that was a good block there from Dani Alves. Carlos Soler is coming up to take the corner right now. And here comes Soler. Takes it short. Finds Gil. Back to Carlos Soler. Little dink into the box. Back door. And Pau Torres screaming for a handball. And just pointing to a corner. FIFA and PES eFootball, what they call it, now it doesn't excite me anymore. eFootball. JJD TV career mode with the members. Pau Torres hasn't had a good game. No, he hasn't. I'm a big fan of Pau Torres too, so quite a shame that he's been, pretty poor today. Reyna was about as disappointing as Alfonso was last year. Injuries kept Fonzie out a little bit, but I'd still say probably Davies had a better season than Gio. But I mean, yeah, both were pretty underwhelming. But yeah, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say he sucked. I just said he's young. He was inconsistent. He's got to be better. If he wants to hit the ceilings that he has, he needs to be better. So, and I think he will be. I think Marco Rosa sees him more as a central role. He's played as the 8, and he's looked a lot better in preseason. And in the 4-1-2-1-2, there's an opportunity for him to play in the midfield today. And I'm really curious to see how he'll get on alongside Dahoud with Royce in front of him. I think it'll be a good role for Gio. Really looking forward to him this year. It's a good ball. That's backdoor. That's a beautiful finish. What a goal from Spain. They put some pressure in there, and 1-1 it is. Excellent goal. I'm not sure who put that cross in, but that was a peach. Who was that? Was that Carlos Soler? There you go. Impact sub. But what a ball. And what a conviction of a finish. Ozabergal with a beautiful first-time volley. The Real Sociedad man took it on the inside of the foot. It was a beautiful finish there, man. That celebration was cold. I like that. Yes, it was, man. That was an emphatic finish. Not a chance. Santos was completely rooted there. Nothing you can do. Hit with pace. Hit with precision. Spain has tied it up here. So whoever I told them there wasn't going to be 2 goals, I am sorry. Don't ever take my advice again. But 61 minutes in, 30 to go. 1-1 here in the gold medal game between Spain and Brazil. An absolute banger of a goal, though. Very well worked down the side. Spain has looked pretty good. I mean, Brazil, in my opinion, should have had a couple opportunities to close this thing out and just haven't been able to take it. But that was an excellent finish by the Sociedad, man. Someone you guys in Canada can watch on TSN. There we go. We got another partnership to go after. A little late here, but you hear Buchanan to Brugge looks good. I did hear that. I don't know. I'm just not sold. Drew, what do you think? I like Club Brugge. It's a solid team. A little bit of heat coming on here right now with Carlos Solar and Douglas Luiz. Really going at each other. Nothing against Club Brugge, man. I think it would still be a good step for Buchanan. I think that it's a team that will be competing for trophies in Belgium. It's a team that has a chance to qualify for the Champions League. It's a good move for him. You can watch it on DAZN if you have DAZN. However, I think Buchanan is strong enough, and it's not like he's 19 going there. He's 22. He's 22. He's got a couple years ahead of that Club Brugge move. I think he needs to go to a top 5 league. That's my opinion. The deal's not done, and it says 2 Bundesliga teams are sniffing around, assuming it is Freiburg and assuming that it is Augsburg. That is where I'd want to see him go. If I'm being completely realistic about it, I think he's good enough for a top 5 league. I don't think Club Brugge is where I'd like to see him. But a little snobby from me, yes. But like I said, it's his age. If he was 19, fine. Go to Club Brugge. Go there until you're 21. Move on. But he's 22. If he stays there for a couple years, he's 24. And it's just, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you want to think. If anyone who's Canadian in the chat wants to put their opinion in there, I want to see him go to a top 5 league. Oh ho ho. Matthias Cunha might have connected with Pau Torres in the head there. Oh yeah, got him right in the head. Minero used to be a Dortmund. Yes, he was. He was very poor. Never got an opportunity and I believe he came from Athletic Bilbao. He's a Basque player, and then he was shifted and sent right back to Real Sociedad. Daniel says, let's go Spain. Fired right up with the goal. Spain, the best. Come on, boys. Tony Cruz, my guy. Will you be doing a watch-along for the Dortmund game today? Yes, I will. Watch-along starts at 2:15 Eastern Time, and we'll be taking a look at a little bit of what Marco Rose can do in his first competitive match. Really, well, I guess they're already planning on replacing Suarez. How many U.S. men's national team players do you think would start for Canada? A lot. I mean, any of your top 3 keepers would start for us. Dest would start for us. Any of your center backs really would start for us. Mark McKenzie, Brooks would start. Left back, depending on the system, I mean, no one would start over Davies. I'd put Eustachio in ours, and then I'd add him alongside Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams. And then I'd throw Gio Pulisic, and I mean, Kyle Laren's good too. It depends on the formation. I feel like players from Canada that would go in, that could maybe balance it out, would be Davies, David, Laren, Eustachio, Buchanan. But again, I don't know if all 5 would fit into a formation. But those are the only 5 Canadians who have a shot at breaking into the U.S.'s team. But it depends on the system that they play and the best way to do it. So more than likely between 3 and 4 if we did a best 11. Because David and Davies are shoe-ins. And then, like I said, Buchanan could have an opportunity depending on the formation. I don't know. It all depends. I think it could be a good move for him. The Belgian League has tended to be great place for Canadians to strut their stuff and play UEFA Champions League, but he could do better. Well said, Drew, and I agree. It's his age is the reason I think it's sort of a bad move. But like I said, I'm trying to be harder on our Canadians, man. I want to find room for success, room to go, and I don't think Club Brugge is a great move for him. I think it's an average move because he would probably do well there, play for a good club, but he's 22. He needs to go to a top 5 league. But I don't know. And especially after coming off the Gold Cup and performances he has. But another big issue is that they want him to go to New England back on loan. So Club Brugge was probably willing to make that happen. I'd rather him just see him get bought and start playing the entire Bundesliga season. I think that would be best for him. Instead, he's going to go back to New England for the rest of the year. Oh, that's a poor handled shot there by Santos, but collected in the end. But I don't know. It's just my opinion. If he goes to Club Brugge, like I said, more than likely he'll still have a good season, play back and compete for the MLS. I think it puts his career back a step. I think he needed to move on from New England. That's got to be offside. But Unai Simon is there to clean up. If he was younger, like I said, it'd be a good opportunity. But not only is he 22, but they were going to send him back to New England on loan. So, I mean, he won't get really kick-started until January, and he's not going to be favored. I don't know. Doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't seem right. I think he should go to Liga, or he should go to the Bundesliga, and he should go immediately. But I think New England are reluctant to do it. Where would you see Josh Sargent in Canada's depth chart? Not even on Canada's depth chart. That's kind of rude. I don't know. I don't rate Josh Sargent. You guys know that. I mean, he's behind... He's behind David and Laren 1,000%. But I mean, I don't know. You can maybe argue he could be third in Canada's depth chart. We have Cavallini, who Sargent's playing at a better level. We have Akinola, who again, Sargent's playing at a better level. So I mean, honestly, you could put him third. I don't need to be too mean to Josh Sargent. I don't rate him as a striker. I don't think he's a good finisher. I think he's gonna have a tough year in the Prem. I don't think you'd expect more than 5 goals from Josh Sargent. But I do think the move is a good move for him because he shouldn't be playing in the second division in the Bundesliga and expect minutes. Bad take. Josh Sargent's going to be playing in the Premier League. Yeet, I bet you $20 he doesn't score more than 5 goals. And I would say that I'd bump it up to 100. I'm very confident Josh Sargent will not have a good season. He may play a lot. He might get a ton of minutes. I don't know. But he will not score a lot of goals. So that's why I don't rate him that much. But I said third. I think that's fair. I mean, he's not a better player than David, and he's not a better player than Kyle Laren. He's a poor finisher. He's got a lot to improve on his game. He may take the next stride and shut me up, but until I see it, he hasn't really done it. And I think the Premier League playing for Norwich is not going to be easy. Josh is a fraud. Which one? Me or Josh Sargent? But he had a lot of chances too. He scored, but pretty wasteful though. But he has his moments. Same with Hoppy, is also a fraud. Lele's taking the opinions in there. When is the next World Cup qualification? Canada's journey to World Cup qualification starts in September. So that should be a lot of fun. Josh Sargent, okay. I'm not a fraud, I guess. I like it, Lele. Yeah, I agree with you, though. I do. I think I do rate Matthew Hoppy more than Josh Sargent. I think Matthew Hoppy's got a much higher ceiling. But again, he's only scored 5 goals in the Bundesliga. He needs to make a move that's good for his career. But I don't know where that would be for him. Josh Sargent is barely our number 1 striker, and considering our strikers are one of our weakest positions, that's not saying much. I still rate him, though. Yeah, if I'm looking at the U.S., their biggest weakness is their striker. By far it is. They don't have a proper striker. DK had a lot of question marks created after the Nations League. Matthew Hoppy's still very young. I think he's your brightest chance if you can turn him into that, but he's playing on the wing. Josh Sargent, like I've said, never been convinced of. There's a big hole in that number 9. And I'm not sure what Greg's going to do about it. Lele must be good. He's in the Premier League. Where are you? I'm taking shots. But yeah, my point around Josh Sargent is that he's not proven in the Bundesliga. And now he's going to go to a bottom team in the Premier League. It's not going to be a good season for him. So he's not going to score a lot of goals. He's not a goal scorer in general. He's a link-up player. He's someone who likes to link up the ball, and if he can't even do that because Norwich is not going to have a ton of it, but he's used to playing in a system like that in Bremen. So he scored, 5 goals in Bremen? I bet you he scores 3-4 goals, maybe 5 in the Prem. That's my guess. But Josh is playing with a horrible team last year with no help. Unfortunately though, Norwich won't be much better. Nicely done there. The corner. Oh, they gave the foul on Gill. Norwich should have signed Josh Deming instead. I don't know about that. That guy sounds like a risky one. Hi friends, best wishes from Dortmund to Canada. Much love, my friend. We got a game earlier today, or later in the day, and we'll be able to hopefully see Daniel Malen, man. Should be fun. Yo, Josh and chat, do you think Dortmund would go for Timo Werner? No. Few reasons. One, unless we got him on a loan, we can't afford him. Two, we have strikers. We just signed Malen. Adding more to that position doesn't make a lot of sense. You could argue that Werner is kind of transitioned into a winger, where he could be useful on the wing and can be useful in a two-striker formation. But, I mean, I don't know. Timo Werner is a very iffy one for me. I'd probably say no. I don't think there's any chance, but other than a loan signing if Chelsea's looking to get rid of him, or to maybe, sweeten the Holland potential deal, but they're looking to get Lukaku. So, no, I don't see it. What about you, Dan? Do you see it? Or anyone else in the chat? Why do people not care about women's football? Born and raised in Scarborough. Cheers, my man, fellow Canadian. I wouldn't. I don't know. Are you talking about worldwide, or are you talking about in Canada? Because I feel like, from someone who grew up in Canada, women's soccer has always been a big thing because our women's team has always competed. 2 bronze at the final 2, and then a gold this year. It's always been big in Canada. It's been pretty big in the US as well. Worldwide, I can't really speak to it. I'm assuming just because the neutrals would rather watch the men's league. Worldwide, Josh. Yeah. Again, it's just because men. I don't know. The man's game just brings in more money. I don't, for example, I don't follow women's soccer. I don't. I keep eyes on certain players like Christine St. Clair, Jordan Heidema, Buchanan from OL. But I don't watch the games. So for me, I don't know why. I can't tell you why I don't do it. I watch Canada play. When the World Cup is on, when the Olympics on, I'll watch the women's national team play. But other than that, when they play for their respective clubs, I have no idea even how to watch a game. So I don't know if it comes to visibility of games. I'm not really sure. But I can tell you I don't watch any games besides World Cup or Olympic games. And I'm assuming probably some of you are similar. I have no idea how to watch. Lyon has got one of the best women's team there is. I have no idea how to watch them. And I never have. But I like watching my Canadian women's team when they play in the World Cup or the Olympics because they've always competed, which is why the women's team has always done relatively decent for viewership-wise in Canada. But worldwide, I couldn't speak to that, my man. I don't know if anyone else has any input on that. But Carlos Soler has been very good since coming on today. The Valencia man. He's been in the face of a few people, including Matthias Cunha. That's a poor ball there. Both center backs for Spain today have been really sloppy. Both Garcia and Pau Torres. I don't know, Josh, who else Dortmund are looking to purchase before the transfer market shuts. It wouldn't be Timo Werner, and it may not be a winger at all. In my opinion, they'll probably bring in Halstenberg if they can get rid of Nico Schultz. Other than that, I haven't heard any type of rumor around a winger. I think Billy Gilmore and Josh Sargent may have good chemistry. Maybe, but again, neither one of them to me says anything more than a relegation battle. Billy Gilmore is a solid player, yes, but watching what happened to Norwich last time we were in the Premier League, the team also lost their best player to Aston Villa and Emmy. So, they're in a bit of trouble today. But if you guys are just tuning in, guys, there's 15 minutes left to go. 1-1 draw right now before we head to extra time. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new. You guys have been absolutely fantastic today. getting us closer to that 5K mark, and producer T and I very much appreciate it. I remember ESPN Plus comparing Sinclair with Ronaldo, and that's not fair because the quality is not the same in both. Yeah, but I mean, you can only play with what's in front of you. Ronaldo plays against men, and Sinclair plays against women. I mean, she scored 187 goals in international play. That is something not to be taken lightly. It is hard to compare. I'm probably not the best person to talk to about trying to compare the two, but I think Christine Sinclair deserves every bit of praise she gets. That's a crazy high number that probably no one will ever touch again. Ronaldo leads men's national goals with 109. She's got 187. That's a big difference. Women's soccer is rather new to the world scene, and women's sports in general are not supported by average fans in any sport. Potentially, and again, guys, I'm not the best one to ask because I don't follow a lot of women's sports. The only time I'll watch women's sports is football because that's really the only sport I enjoy watching. Sometimes hockey if our ladies are in a medal game. But then it'll be World Cup or it'll be Olympics. And yesterday I had a lot of fun watching our girls play. A very proud moment to see them compete, especially after finishing bronze the last two Olympics. I had a lot of fun watching the game yesterday and following them throughout this Olympics because we struck gold. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really speak to the rest of that, but it's a good ball in there, collected nicely there by Unai Simon. Under a little bit of pressure there, Spain was, but looks to be playing up pretty nicely from Pedri, who does very, very well. No foul given. Pedri's not impressed. Finds Richarlison. Richarlison's going Route 1 football, but Pau Torres actually wins a challenge today. I can't wait for the Bundesliga to start again, Josh. I bet that you are excited as I am. Oh, I am, man. I am. I'm excited. I'm really excited for our Bundesliga Roundup series. Taking a look at our fantasy league players. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, just watching Dortmund play. Hopefully dethroning Bayern. All I want to see. I wish the women's soccer was watchable. No big TV deals. U.S. women's team is the only big, as it has been on the Title IX, which says girls sports and has schools and funded equally for boys sports. Yeah, I mean, there's always been issues with being able to watch these kind of games, but again, I don't know enough about it to be able to speak to it, but yeah, we'll have to see. Ronaldo would have scored 300 goals if he played against the competition Sinclair does. I don't think that's totally fair because you don't know that. Ronaldo has a ton of goals and he's played against pretty poor opposition. It's hard. I don't think there's a way to compare the two. Why hasn't anyone else done what Sinclair's done then? Just like why hasn't anyone else done what Ronaldo has done? Both of them are GOATs in their respective national teams and their respective sports, but I don't think it's fair to compare the two. I'm sick of Bayern winning the league. You guys should win the title of German football. I'm hoping this is a big opportunity this year. I think Bayern, there's a lot of question marks. There's also some question marks around Dortmund, yes, but one of the two could have an opportunity to hit the ground running. One could slip up, and I'm hoping that it's Bayern. They haven't had a very good preseason, but to be fair, I mean, we really haven't had a great one either. Messi press conference is tomorrow at 6 a.m. Eastern time. Whew. Yo, Josh, can you do a little Discord session before the match? Probably not. I have to head out after this watch along before the next one, but we will be doing some power rankings, so that's where I'm going to try this year to be more active on Discord in terms of talking with you guys. So OC, remind me after the weekend to after the weekend results, remind me to try to do something on Discord because I want to talk to you guys about the power rankings, and you guys can help me pick our very first power rankings after the first weekend of the Bundesliga. So that would be after our first game against Frankfurt. Maybe I'll try to set something up, and that will maybe be the first little session we have to get some opinions on who is the top 5 in our power rankings. Because it's a great idea to get to get you guys involved in the Discord. But we have a corner kick coming in from Claudinho. Under 9 minutes to go until the 90's done. It's a very deep ball from Claudinho. Very poor corner kick. Norwich is a smaller EPL club, and no matter whom they sign, they will be under pressure to get by and stay up this year. Sargent needed a move, and Norwich will give him visibility. It's very true. I think the move to Norwich is a great move for Sargent. I do. Like you said, he's playing in the Premier League, which is huge for visibility, for getting him right in the face of Greg Berhalter. You're not going to want to see him play in the second Bundesliga. The amount of eyes that will be on him in the Premier League at Norwich is probably 100 times the eyes that would have been on him at Bremen. However, he's going to the Premier League and he's playing for Norwich. He's going to struggle. It's just a fact. He's not a natural goal scorer. He's not someone who can lead the line in the way that you're going to see him score 10, 15 goals. He's going to be a link-up guy, and he's going to struggle for goals, but it's not all about goals, and Josh Sargent's made that known. That's not his game. So we'll have to see how he gets on, but it is a good move for him, I do agree. Better playing in the Prem than in the second Bundesliga. Josh, do you think that Brandt will start today? No, he is out for a couple weeks because of COVID. A little bit of tension between the group as Brandt and Meunier were not vaccinated. And both of them picked up COVID. So, you know. Nice ball to Claudinho. So yeah, social media was a little bit unimpressed there. But yeah, Brandt will not be in. Neither will Meunier for a little bit now. That's a good ball. Brazil's putting some pressure on here late in the match. It's Guimaraes. And out for a corner. Josh just scored a brace. In the second Bundesliga, though. But yes, he did. And it's a shame because, I mean, maybe if he stayed in the second Bundesliga, he could have scored those 15, 20 goals. But I don't think he'll do it in the Bundesliga. Comparing what he'll do in the second Bundesliga to the Premier League, you can't do it. He could score 30 goals in the second Bundesliga and score 5 in the Prem. It's a big gulp of class. And also, Bremen is one of the best teams in the second Bundesliga, while Norwich will be one of the worst teams in the Premier League. So very different comparisons, which is why, again, and maybe I'm wrong. Yeet will be here all year. We'll be here all year. If he puts up a hat trick, you come over to me and you yell at me and you laugh. But I have a feeling he scores no more than 5 goals. Werder needed 1 win from 9 games and only managed to get 1 point. Yes, they did. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing, man. 2002 Dortmund champions, 2012 Dortmund champions, 2022 Dortmund champions is written in the star. Yeah, Werder Bremen deserved to go down. You can't forget our bet. All right, we're on. Are you gonna? We'll get it in there. JD versus JS. Even I will be here. Yeet and I got a bet. What do you guys think? Put 1 or 2 in the chat. Josh Sargent to score more than 5, put a 1. Josh Sargent to score 5 or less, put a 2. Let's take a nice off the bar. Huge opportunity there. Oh, the US boys are backing Josh Sargent, of course. Oh, even OC is backing Josh Sargent. Nah, we got a 2 in there. We got a little bit of love for me thinking that he won't do it. But all right, you guys got some confidence that Sargent will score more than 5. A lot of you guys do, actually. All right, well, I got ratioed pretty badly there, but bold take. Norwich will finish above Tottenham and Arsenal. I don't think so, man. Only because we saw what happened last time Norwich was in the Prem, and they just lost their best player and signed Josh Sargent. I think it's gonna be a tough year for them. But you never know. A big thing for them would be to survive relegation. OC says Josh will get above 5, but not above 10. I don't think so, but that's the take I'm trying to make, and I'll own up to it if I'm wrong. If he scores over 5 goals, I'll apologize. Even if it's 6 goals, I will apologize. But my take is that Josh Sargent is going to struggle, and he will not score 5 or more goals. But there's no way of us knowing if that'll be true until seeing the way that the season plays out. And he could easily just get lucky one game and score a hat trick, and then I'm screwed. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is I don't think he will. I think he'll struggle for goals and he won't score a lot of them. But we'll have to wait and see. It's still a good move for him. And if he proves me wrong, well then, shout out to the U.S. because they need a striker. And maybe it's his to lose. I think Josh will get like 7. It's a fair number, Yeet. It's a fair number. And that's not crazy to think he'll get 7. But this will make our bet fun. Because I said 5 or less. 5 or less. And I'll stick to it. Who is the best U.S. footballer? For me, I'm assuming... I mean, we have a lot of Americans in the chat, so guys, let us know who your favorite, or who you guys think the best U.S. footballer is right now. I'm assuming Christian Pulisic has got to be up there. I'm a huge fan of Weston McKennie. I think he plays a little bit more consistently at Juve. It depends all how you kind of look at it. Christian's Captain America, so I feel like you have to go with him. But I'd say it's between Weston and Christian. Drank half a jar of... if he scores more than 5. I don't know. Might have to give Yeet $20, or I'll let Yeet tell me to do something. Within reason. Carlos Solar, nice ball over to Gill. The new Tottenham boy hits one from distance, rings the bar. What a hit. 2 crossbars within a matter of 2 minutes. The new Tottenham boy... What a hit with the left. Oh, that was clean. That would have been a beautiful goal. I'm Gio and Weston over Pulisic. Ooh, bold take from Zachary. Agreed, Yeet. Hot take. Reina is U.S. men's national team's best player. I don't know. I find that so surprising. I love Gio, man. He's a Dortmund boy. He's one of our players, but like I said, I watched him every single game last year, guys. And if you're telling me he's U.S.'s best player, it's a little questionable, if I'm being honest. I love Gio, but he didn't have a great year last year. He was very inconsistent, got played out of position, and was a ghost for 4 to 5 games. So it's a hot take. However, I'm not counting his U.S. performances. So if you guys are going specifically off of how he performs from the U.S., then maybe you have a point. I'm assuming maybe that's what you're thinking. But in terms of what they've done for their teams, I mean, Weston McKennie was very important to Juve, and probably a lot more important, and same as Pulisic, a lot more important than Gio was to Dortmund last year. But my best soccer player from Mexico is Corona. I feel like Lozano is better, but that's just me. Corona had an awful Gold Cup. One of the worst players on Mexico. Very surprising. He was supposed to be a breakout kind of tournament for him. He was the star, the Porto man. Lozano went down early, but Chucky Lozano surely has to be the best player for the Mexican side. Or Raul Jimenez. Ball. Deep to Dani Olmo. About a minute to play here. He's been good playing for the U.S. men's national team. And I was assuming that's where you were going to probably put it. But there's a corner kick coming up here. It is Brian Gill. The new Tottenham man. Looks like... Who's the guy off of Big Bang Theory? The crazy hair. Like the little guy. Little perv. Howard. Brian Gill looks like Howard off the Big Bang Theory. He does. He does. I don't know if there's any Big Bang Theory fans out there, but there's a picture going around between Brian Gill and Howard from the Big Bang Theory, and it was pretty spot on. Reina created 3 goals in 2 games for the U.S. men's national team. Yeah, I mean, he had a couple good games for the U.S., but again, when I look at it, I just look over the consistency of a season. That's what I want to look at for a player. Can they do it consistently? And Gio, to me, is someone who's very inconsistent. That's why I raise my concerns, but, you know, what can you do? Hopefully, Gio is time to blow up this year. I think he'll have a more prominent role under Marco Rosa playing through the middle, and hopefully we're going to see him in the game today. I really hope he gets to start in that midfield because he's had a really good preseason, in my opinion. So, and he's a Dortmund boy, so I mean, I want to see our guys shine. But there's a nice move there from Anthony. Tosses Cucurella to the deck. There's about a minute and a half to play. 3 minutes were added on. in this match. It's looking like it's heading to extra time. Anthony's against Brian Gill, and Gill does very well on the defensive side of things. Finds Pedri. Turned over pretty easily there. Finds Richarlison. Deep ball in, looking for Richarlison. Gonna hit one from distance. Over to Claudinho. Richarlison does well to break away. Pau Torres is very well there. Or Eric Garcia, can't tell who that was. And flattened, and a foul was given. I think Pulisic and McKennie are our best players, but Gio has the most potential. I agree with that. Imagine how bad Corona felt when 2020 started. If we win the Bundesliga this season, I will buy the new kit, even though I don't like it. Fair. Yes, and I think you also asked me if I was going to do a kit review. Maybe. I'll have to see if Producer T is up for, if we can make that work. Maybe we'll do a Bundesliga kit ranking review. But I haven't decided yet. I think we're getting some spams in the chat. I'm not sure if this is legit or not, but let's hope not. I think people expected Gio to blow up this year and was a little unfair considering the playing time and the formation. I agree with that. He was playing out of position. He was still 18 years old. He had very off and on games. And we're going to extra time. All right, guys. Head into extra time here. Be sure to drop a like. Back-to-back gold medal games at the Olympics. Both women's and men's now are going to extra time. And even the Olympics that Brazil won 4 years ago, or 5 years ago now, was went to a penalty shootout against Germany. And this one is heading that way as well. So if you're just joining us, guys, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and put in some predictions again. You think this one's going right to a penalty shootout? Because I think it's destined to head there. Josie Altidore is the best footballer. His Sunderland days couldn't take the physicality of the Prem. Oh, Josie. Wonder if Michael Bradley stayed with Roma instead of coming to Southern Ontario. He would be a very decent European footballer. Yeah, maybe. Michael Bradley did have a solid career over at Gladbach and Roma before heading to Toronto, but I don't know if it would have changed his career too much. Reina is 18, mostly is healthy. He is a great promise until he had a few seasons. He's still speculation. Now he's wearing the number 7. Clearly his team expects much from him. Very well said and very true. I think he's going to be in for a big season this year. He took Sancho's number 7. He's been playing well during preseason. Came off a Nations League champion. He's going to have some confidence. It'll be nice, man. It'll be nice. Reina is Dortmund's second best player. That is not true. No. Come on, Zachary. That is not true. I don't know how you want me to try to rate it, but I mean, Holland, Royce, Guerrero, Hummels, Dahoud, all players who play better for Dortmund than Gio's been playing. But this season is an opportunity for him to become a more prominent role. Gio is still very young, and I'm being generous saying just those players, because Gio has been very, very poor in my opinion for Dortmund last year. He was not good enough, and now he's got an opportunity to right the wrong. But he's not our second best player, not even close. So I'm assuming, I don't know if you were poking fun, Zach, or if you're just backing your boy, which is fair. I do love Gio too, but he is not on form to be in that conversation of being one of Dortmund's best players yet. He needs to prove it, and he's got a good opportunity to do that today. Because I think he's going to start. I think he's going to start in a 4-1-2-1-2 in the midfield, and hopefully we'll have a lot of the ball, and hopefully we'll just go on that confidence that he's earned, and then we can maybe start having that conversation. The team brought him down to the preseason game I watched. Reina was the only good player. Reina has had a good preseason. I absolutely agree. But again, I'm not going to rate him on that until he sees some consistency. But he's in a good position. I agree with you. He had a great preseason. And I think after taking up the number 7 kit, he's going to be back. He's going to be back for success this year. And it's just whether he can take it. And it's also very key to note he'll be playing through the middle. which is where we want to see Gio. Being on the ball, having the opportunity to shine. Remember when Donovan was at Leverkusen? I do. He also got loaned to Bayern. Tim Howard is still the best U.S. men's national team player to play in the Premier League, but Pulisic is quickly getting up there. Hot take by Lele. What about Clint Dempsey? Clint Dempsey was a solid player for Tottenham and for Fulham. Michael Bradley's simply no longer 16 years old anymore. He's in his 30s on the downside of his career. It happens all to players eventually. Oh yeah, I mean, Michael Bradley will never play for the U.S. men's national team again. But Dempsey is our future coach. That'd be kind of cool to see. I think Jesse Marsch is another good shout at some point to be a future coach. A couple substitutions are coming out right now, though. Vallejo is taking the captain's armband. Very interesting. Josh, do you think that Mullen, Royce, Holland trio will work out? Absolutely. And we're going to get a taste of it today, I think. Vallejo and Dani Alves shaking hands before the second half, or the first half of extra time is to start, guys. Brazil, Spain. Going to extra time once again. Matheus Cunha giving a little bit of love to Anthony. And is Malcolm coming on for Matheus Cunha? The Zenit St. Petersburg boy. He was an Olympic champion last time around 4 years ago. It's unfortunate that Brandt caught COVID, not just for health, but his career as well. If Reyna does well, Brandt will be behind him in the depth chart. I agree with that. But we're underway here in the first half of extra time. Brazil, Spain, 1-1. If you're just joining us, be sure to drop a like and drop a sub, and let me know who you guys are cheering for. I'm still torn of who I want to win. I still think I want Brazil to win. But Miranda has come on for Gil, and Vallejo has come on for Cucurella. So actually, Miranda will be at left back, and Vallejo will be through the middle. And Malcolm has come on for Matheus Cunha. Good little look there. I mean, the former Bordeaux, Barcelona boy, who obviously is now playing his trade in Russia with Zenit St. Petersburg. Brian Gill with a nice little run, and taken out by Dani Alves. Marsch will win too much with the Yanks at Leipzig to come to the U.S. men's national team. I don't know. I don't think that he'll win anything. I think that with Bayern and Dortmund in front of him, he's gonna be in a steady competition. But we'll have to see. He's got a lot to prove. It's the biggest job a U.S. men's national team coach has ever had. He's got some really good talent. Got some good young Americans there as well. If I was a U.S. men's national team fan, man, why not watch Leipzig? They're hated from around Germany, but they're, probably picking up some interest at least in the U.S. Bradley was never bad. He was just a good playmaker, but he was at sometimes face-slapping dumb bastards sometimes. It's fair. Nice ball there from Dani Alves. Punted up the field. Richarlison with a missed penalty in the game, and there's been a few crossbars. I think there's been two posts both ways. I know that Richarlison had a nice save by Unai Simon, and it went off the bar. Then there was two opportunities from Spain that went off the crossbar. There's been a few good opportunities this year. Leipzig is the most American team in Europe. Yes, they are, man. So Yeet, is that your team now? Is that your club team, Leipzig? Because surely some U.S. men's national team fans have to want to watch Leipzig. Oh, that's a foul for sure. I want to see Renier come on. Throw on our Dortmund boy. And yeah, so that actually answers that. I want to see Brazil win so we can celebrate Renier. The Cunha rumor has been promoted by Dortmund fans' website from Brazil. Whew. Interesting. I've heard someone messaged me yesterday and said, what do you think about the Matheus Cunha to Dortmund rumors? and I haven't really spoke on it yet because I haven't read any of the rumors themselves. I need to see the source. I haven't seen any legitimate source that says Cunha is coming to Dortmund, so I don't like to just throw BS out there just to throw BS out there. And nothing against the Brazilian Dortmund account, but it's about playing the narrative. If there's a Brazilian player linked to Dortmund, you better believe the Brazilian Dortmund account is gonna celebrate it. I haven't seen any legitimate source to say that rumor is remotely true, and I don't think it is because, again, I don't think Dortmund can afford him. I don't think they're gonna drop 35 mil because Cunha is worth that. But we'll have to see. I'll have to look into it a little bit more, but on the face of things, I would say it's a BS rumor. But what can you do? And a nice super chat into the channel. BBB tonight with the hearts, my man. I appreciate the super chat. Always helpful to support the channel. And yes, Dortmund play tonight, man. First competitive match under Marco Rosa. We have the opportunity to maybe see Daniel Malen. And for U.S. men's national team fans, guess what? You got to watch Gio Reyna. Hopefully have a good start to his season. But big shout out to you, my guy. I appreciate the super chat. Helps on the channel and gets everyone fired up for a little BBB action tonight. Leipzig just has Red Bull money. Yes, they do. Oh, Carlos Soler does well. Gets shoved from behind. No foul given. Finds Malcolm. Richarlison. Shirley's offside there. I'm going to support Leipzig from now. I've decided. There you go, Yeet. You know, to be fair, it sounds like you. And it's great marketing from Leipzig, man. If I'm looking at the booming market from the U.S. Oh, nice ball to Malcolm. If I'm looking at the booming market from the U.S. and I'm a team that's got questionable thoughts about them, and especially in Germany, I'm signing the best U.S. coach available. I'm signing some of the best U.S. players available. I'm trying to collect the fan base. So, and you know what? Yeet has jumped on it. You know what? I don't blame you. I'll be cheering for Leipzig, though. I support City because they have the same name as Sterling, and he's my favorite player. But I'll cheer for Leipzig. There you go. So Leipzig's plan to recruit US is obviously working a little bit. Nice ball there. Finds Anthony. Defended very well there by Brian Gill. Back to Malcolm. Nice little run there. Chips it back post. And Eric Garcia puts it out for yet another corner. Yeah, I always take these rumors with a grain of salt. I do. August 16th, giveaway announcement. Excited. And Maloney. What's that, OC? Is there a giveaway on Dortmund's channel? But Malcolm has got another corner kick coming up here. 96 minutes into the game. But cleared very nice and easily. Back over to Malcolm. Nice ball. Out for another corner for the Brazilians. JJD, good channel. Much love, my friend. Much love. KCV says, hello, just joined. Welcome, my man. Welcome to the channel. Thoughts on Man United's season, Champions League, Josh, or anyone? My thoughts on United's season is that they'll probably finish second or third in the Prem. And maybe we'll compete for the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup and won't win the Champions League. So, in my opinion, they're up for another boring season. Oh, but very sloppily done there by Dani Olmo to find Claudinho, who hums it over the net. I'm not sure how I feel about the U23 aspect of the Olympics. Clearly, FIFA and the IOC just treat each other poorly, and few really pay great attention to this tournament. Yeah, like I said, I've always enjoyed watching this tournament because in Canada, I had access to it. I get to see some great young talents. I watched Neymar at the last three. I watched him in 2012 when they got silver, and I watched him in 2016. So watching a young Neymar was pretty cool, and having it just simply available in Canada on CBC was fun. But yeah, I mean, I take your point. There's definitely some friction between the two parties, and it's why the tournament is awkward with the 23 and overage rule. Nah, because it's the date of the Super Cup. Aha, yes. Yes, it is, man. Super Cup, it should be fun. Bayern Dortmund, man. Who do you think will take the win? I think this is going to go to a penalty shootout, and I see and I see us winning. Well, by us I mean Brazil. I said us because Renier's on the team, so I was just like, you know, little Dortmund player. So I'd like to see Brazil win for Renier. He's a Dortmund player right now. Oh, but well done there by Unai Simon to keep that in. German soccer, unlike many other leagues, has managed to keep their ticket prices low enough that fans still attend matches. That is just the reason I like the league just a way better. It is, and I agree. I love the Bundesliga. I love the fans. I've been to the Westfalen. I'd like to go on a couple other. If we went back to Germany, I'd like to go to a couple other stadiums if I could. There's a lot to like about the Bundesliga. Very attacking, fun football to watch. Leipzig is gonna try to sign Pulisic one day. Watch, that'd be a stretch for them. But I remember you saying that you will reveal your giveaway, which is partnered with Dortmund, and you also said that you reveal it at the Super Cup. There is a partnership with BVB. I'm not sure exactly what we'll be announcing on the Super Cup. We have a meeting with that coming up soon. As for the giveaway, I don't know if I'll announce anything like that either. It'll depend on a few things, but maybe. Those are all maybes, but yes, hopefully we will have or we should have something to talk about in terms of the Dortmund partnership on the Super Cup, which we're excited for. And I haven't decided on the next giveaway or anything like that yet, but maybe I'll try to think of it and get it ready for the Super Cup as well, which is still in a week and a bit, or about a week time. But we did just gain another subscriber, my man. I appreciate the sub. Welcome to the chat. Let's go, another sub. We're getting close to 5K, man. We're getting close. If you guys haven't done so already, want to help us reach our goal, a sub is always appreciated. My man just did it. So much love to you, my guy. Let me know who you want to win this match, as Brazil's coming down the left-hand side, and Unai Simon does very well there. I hate when people say Pulisic wrong, even though it's so easy. Chris, I hear two different sayings sometimes. I hear Pulisic or Pulisic, and I'm pretty sure it's Pulisic. Am I right? Is it Pulisic? But yeah, those are the two common ones I hear. Even commentators. Nice ball cleared out once again. Much better performance here from Garcia and Torres. They've actually had a pretty shaky game, to be fair, both of them, and actually have been much better this game. Nice ball out to Anthony on the side. Whips it in, looking for Richarlison. Does well, but Unai Simon once again does very, very well. 4 minutes to play. Spain will win. Trust me, guys. Looks like we got some Spanish blood in the chat. I think this thing's destined for a penalty shootout, if I'm being completely honest. And a foul given the other way. He said it's Pulisic. Pulisic. I don't know if I pronounced it right. Itchy. I don't know if that's right, Eric. From the NBA, I see names are itch. Some people say Pulisic, like Pulisic. Yeah, I've heard sitch, itch, sick. I don't know what to call him. Confused. Well, he's Croatian. I would say itch. That's what I thought as well. When you look at his last name, it's yeah, I'd say Pulisic. But I don't know. You're saying the U wrong too. Pule. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Americans with foreign names often pronounce incorrectly. Polish names are usually super different. The US, we'd say Lewandowski. I'll have to learn. Pulisic. Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure it's a Croatian last name, right? I'm pretty sure. Have you seen much of Caden Clark? Any thoughts on his move to Leipzig and his potential fit there? I've seen a little bit of Blaszczykowski. I can say that one. You say it like Pulisic. Ah. There. All right, thank you. That sounds easier to say. Pulisic. Pulisic. That sounds weird. I don't think I've ever heard someone pronounce it like that. But a substitution is coming up for Spain. Mayer's coming on. They actually have a number 9 coming on the pitch. Rafa Mayer, who's been linked to Valencia, he's been linked to Sevilla, and he's been linked to Athletic Bilbao. Pulisic. Okay. Pulisic. I think that's what you're meaning. Pulisic. Okay. Okay. I'll say it like that from now on. Pool and such. But yes, I have seen a little bit of Caden Clark. He looks very good at Red Bull. However, I don't know how easily he'll have a time to break into the starting 11 for Leipzig, but he's a very talented young player, familiar with Jesse Marsch, so seems like a really good fit, especially if he's going to make that jump on over to Europe. But Carlos Soler is coming up, the Valencia man. Hey, under a minute to play here in the first half of extra time. There is a corner coming up from Carlos Soler. Santos does very, very well. And there's an additional minute that's added on. And Brazil will have one last opportunity here. It is Malcolm, and beautifully done. Get by Vallejo. Oh, got by Gill, and that's got to be a yellow. And it is. But that was a smart challenge there by Gill. He was getting burnt pretty quickly there by Malcolm. And was just taken down. That's a clear yellow. Let's go Valencia. White, how you doing, my man? Do you like Valencia? Is that your La Liga squad? I'm from southeastern PA as well, so me, Cristiano Pulisic has the same accent. Clark is still very young, but he'll improve under Jesse Marsch. Absolutely he will. Jesse Marsch is going to have a lot of familiar faces there. And I think he'll get the best out of, obviously, his American players, but hopefully as well under Silva. But Malcolm's got a free kick coming in here. Decent ball, but handled relatively easily. And there is the first half done. One more half of extra time before we head to PKs, which is, it's where this thing is heading, man. It's where this thing is heading. Me and Pulisic. All right, I'm saying it right now. Me and Pulisic have similar names. Do you have a European background there, Yeet Yeet? That comes from Poland or Yugoslavia or Croatia or somewhere like that? All right, let's take a look at the bench. I'm assuming Renier will probably come on considering he scored a penalty shot last time out. But let's take a look at the substitutions left. So only one substitution so far for Brazil, and it was Malcolm for Cunha. There's been 5 for Spain, and Brazil's got the better bench. So I would assume that we'll see a little bit more movement from the bench. Paulinho is on the bench from Leverkusen. Renier is on the bench, who obviously us Dortmund fans are familiar with. Other than that, I don't see any other substitutions happening. I only really see 2 more happening maybe for Brazil, and it would be Renier and it would be Paulinho. And they might look off to take maybe Dani Alves, even though he can take a penalty. Maybe Nino, maybe one of the center backs. I'm not sure exactly what they'll do there. Only one more substitution can happen for Spain, and I don't think they're going to use it. I think they've used the 5 players that they wanted. But that's my prediction, guys. I don't know what you guys think in terms of who may or may not come on. But Brazil's only used 1 sub so far. And I'm pretty sure they'll look to try to get a couple more attacking players in towards the end of extra time here. But even to get Polino, or especially Polino's got rapid speed, good winger. It'd be nice to maybe try to get him on to maybe give an effort here before this thing heads to penalties. But it'll be an interesting one. I'd recommend Hershey Park. 2021 will be the year of penalty shootouts. Yes, it will. But Yeet sounds nothing like Pulisic. But there's Renier for Claudinho. Our one Dortmund boy has come on. He scored the winning PK in the last time out. So there we go. Little 15 minutes of action from Renier that we can analyze. Hopefully get some confidence to see him come back into the squad this year. A player who's going to struggle for game time once again. Brazil's going to win. They don't want him to sound American. Renier is coming on, guys. Who do you guys think is going to take it? Put your predictions in. Spain, Brazil. I think Renier can shine when Mullen gets injured. Well, let's really hope Mullen doesn't get injured. But I mean, Renier does look like he's going to be coming in with a little bit more confidence. Nicely collected there. Nice ball. Come on, Renier, show us what you got. I agree, my man. I agree. I'd be curious to see what happens with Renier. Like I said, I don't see him, and rightfully so, being someone that Marco Rose is going to look like and being like, okay, let's give a ton of time to this guy, because why would we? He is a Real Madrid player. He's got one more loan season at Dortmund. He was very, very poor last season. I mean, why play him over Gio? Why play him over Brandt? Why play him over Knauf? It'll be interesting to see what Renier will bring, but he'll get some looks, that's for sure. I personally think buy Renier, turn him into a winger. Bada bing, bada boo, bada bang. Maybe, but I don't think that we will. Renier, to me, he doesn't scream a winger. He plays best as a center forward, as a center attacking mid. And on top of that, I don't think Madrid will be interested in selling him. I don't know if he'd want to come to Dortmund full time. And I want someone with a lot of pace. A lot of pace. And when we get as a winger, it has to be someone with blistering pace. Nice ball, and out for a corner. Renier is a midfielder, Mullen is a striker. Yeah, but a lot of looks that Renier has been playing as a false nine, center attacking mid. When he's played for Brazil in this tournament, he's mostly played as a cam when coming on. But he can play as a striker when needed, but that's not his best position. But playing in a 4-1-2-1-2, he'd be more than likely playing as a cam or a striker. And if he played in a 4-2-3-1, he'd probably be playing as a cam or a winger. So it'll depend on what they do here. But Carlos Solar has the corner coming in, very poorly done, cleared out pretty easily. And here comes Anthony, linked with Bayern. Beautiful switch to find Malcolm, who does very well. Malcolm is in on goal. Oh, Malcolm has done it. What a ball. What a counterattack. And the Brazilians have found the lead. Anthony did so well there to find a beautiful switch. Vallejo was so poor on the clearance there. But that was a beautifully well-worked goal. And Malcolm had a nice composed finish. We should have signed Malcolm. We should have. Malcolm would have been a nice winger. Again, doesn't have the pace I quite want, but he's still a pretty speedy player. And he would have been useful, and instead he's rotting away at Zenit. But what a switch there from Anthony. And look at Vallejo. He should do a lot better there. He just got burnt with pace. Malcolm comes in, and a pretty comfortable finish in the end. So now the pressure goes back on Spain, but a Very tough little angle there for Malcolm to try to hit. Nope, it's not. It is Nino. A little surprising. Oh, no, that was the Spanish substitution. Spain has made their sub. A little Brazilian trash talk from Zachary. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Anthony. It is. Anthony's had a great shift today. Menino's coming on. Can play as a right back, can play as a CDM. He'll probably drop into the CDM role. Mexico did win against Japan easily when Spain had a hard time. Yeah, that Mexican squad was a solid team, but unfortunately, Brazil found a way through. But yeah, it does look like Brazil, for the remaining 8 or so minutes here, will be defending. They made a defensive switch. They threw on a CDM for a... Ooh, they're calling for a handball. They took off Anthony, who was playing on the wings, tossed on a CDM. They're probably playing in a 4-3-2-1 setup now instead of the 4-2-3-1 they were in. Malcolm, Richarlison, and Renier, who's playing out on right wing right now. And a nice run, and a little bit of pace there. It's nice to see. Renier, and a nice ball as well. And a good little hit. Good little run there from Renier. Did well to find Guimaraes. 38 is a wee bit older than the rest. Yeah, Dani Alves is up there, man. Reminds me years ago how Junior kept showing up in his late 30s and did fairly well. He did. There's another substitution coming from Brazil, though. It is Anthony and it is for Richarlison, getting some fresh legs in there. Richarlison did a lot of running today. Missed a penalty and missed a couple good chances. Wasn't his best outing, but still had a great tournament. Led the tournament in goals with 5. And Polino is going to come on. Polino will probably go out to the right. Malcolm will stay on the left. And Renier will now probably play through the middle. And they'll be in that 4-3-3 setup. A little more defensing, pretty decent substitution if you ask me. Or maybe not. Maybe looks like Polino's just taking the central role. And Renier has stayed out on the left-hand side. I think Brazil will score again. They could. The more possession Spain will have, the more bodies they'll toss forward, and the more opportunity that Brazil will have to hit on the counter. Because there'll be a lot of defending coming on here right now for Brazil. As we found Vallejo. Oh, it's a decent ball, but collected by Santos. But yeah, they'll definitely sit back now. It was a good shift. It's been a good tournament from Brazil. They've been very, very convincing. There's the one draw against Ivory Coast, which they went down to 10 men in like early in the first half. So, but if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like. Say hello in the chat if you're new around here. Appreciate everyone who has subscribed throughout the watch along, helping us get closer to 5K as we watch Brazil edging towards a second consecutive Olympic gold medal. This time, instead of Neymar being the captain, it is Dani Alves. Nice ball over to Carlos Solar. Tips it in. Oh, but very well defended again by Diego Carlos. But it was an offside anyways. Rafa Mir trying to get in. They have their number 9 on. He's been very quiet since he's came on. Spain will be forced to risk things now or lose. So another goal for Brazil might be on the cards now. I can see it. You're going to, like I said, Spain is going to try to get the ball and try to get possession, get as many bodies as they can, probably up the field into the box and hope for something. And if crossing it in doesn't work out and Santos can collect it or Brazil can get it on the break, there's going to be some quick counterattacks coming this way. A lot of speed still up front with Renier, Polino, and Malcolm. And there's Dani Alves, 38 years young, captaining this squad. Nice ball. The 3 over, Polino does so well. And wins himself a corner. Or he doesn't. Very, very well defended then by Vallejo. So that was a beautiful ball. Polino, once again, Vallejo's been quite poor since coming on. That is a very, very easy ball to defend, and he's just getting burnt from speed, but he did recover well. But that could have easily bit them in the butt. Half of Pedri's face is just red. If I was Barca, man, I would be livid. Pedri has played so many minutes over this summer. He was a big part of their Euro team that went pretty far. He's a big part of this team, played pretty much every single minute, and this game has gone to extra time. He'll need some real rest coming back to the Barca camp, man. Nice ball over to Pau Torres. Pedri needs a medal just because he played this many games. Like I would be livid. Richarlison's another good example. If I'm Everton and I'm Barcelona, Everton played at the Copa America, which had, if you guys don't remember, had 4 group stage games, a quarter semi-final, and then Pedri played in the Euros, played up till the semis, and then had to play the Olympics and is in the 117th minute right now. Like, Richarlison and Pedri will need 2 big breaks before getting back in, and they're one of Everton and Barca's best players. So I don't know. I feel like you should only do 1 tournament. Similar to Gio. Gio did the Nations League, which is, it was only really 2 games, and didn't do the Gold Cup. He wanted to be back for training, break his way into the squad, and I think that was a right decision from him. Under 2 minutes to go in the 120 minutes. Where do you think Messi will go? I think Messi will go to PSG. I thought maybe it was a bluff from La Liga and Barca to try to get a deal done, but it does really look like, after everything Barca said, it does look like he'll be heading to PSG. and it's probably the best move for him. I don't know if PSG will sell Mbappe or how they're going to do it, but it looks like he's going to wear number 19 at PSG and play alongside Neymar, Di Maria, Paredes. What American do you think Leipzig has the chance of signing? Another American? Because they have Jesse Marsch, they have Tyler Adams, they have Caden Clark. I believe they have another one in there. I don't remember exactly who it is. If they don't have Brennan Arison, which I actually don't think they do. Brennan Arison's an excellent one that they could target. Maybe Miles Robinson. Miles Robinson had an excellent Gold Cup. He deserves a spot in Europe, in my opinion, but 30 seconds to go. Brazil for the back-to-back. Messi can go anywhere. The bank will follow. Well said. Messi will bring in... that's what PSG are banking on. Messi will bring in a revenue stream of his own. And also PSG can afford Messi's wages. If Mexico allow their youth abroad more easy, they would become one of the World Cup contenders. So many talents. Yeah, Cordova and Vega are two players on this Olympic team who I'm very impressed with. I think both, especially Cordova. He's been the player in Mexico that's impressed me the most. I think he definitely deserves a spot somewhere in Europe, but I don't know if it'll ever happen. Arison is at Salzburg. He is, and he'd be the number one. He was linked to Leipzig. But there's 2 additional minutes added on here before Brazil see this thing out. Robinson after his MLS move ends. Yeah, I think it would be a good option for Miles Robinson. Very impressive performances. Brazil are Olympic merchants. Yes, they are, man. Pogba or Camavinga? Pogba's better right now, but Camavinga's got a huge ceiling. He'll probably earn a move on from Rennes relatively soon. Honestly, we'll probably head to La Liga. Maybe a Prem club. Under 50 seconds to go before Brazil picks up back-to-back gold medals. Dortmund boy can bring one home. What are the chances Canada finishes above El Trees? I don't think they'll finish above Mexico. I don't think they're going to finish above the States either. I think Canada has to target that third spot. I think that third spot's open, especially after watching Jamaica, who wasn't that impressive, and seeing that we didn't have our best team, that we can compete with Costa Rica. I think there's a huge chance that we should target that third, but I think Canada hopefully will finish between that third and fourth spot, and that should be their goal. I still think Mexico will finish second and the States first. Nice ball. And that is it. Brazil has won back-to-back gold medals at the Olympics. 38-year-old Dani Alves. You see Claudinho running on the pitch barefoot. Pretty good game. Pretty enjoyable game, to be honest. In my predictions, I know I was pretty off with a lot of things, but I picked Brazil to win. So there you go. There you go. They won 2-1 in extra times. The bronze went to Mexico. The silver went to Spain. And the gold went to Brazil. And pretty cool, man, seeing the celebrations. Dani Alves looks like he absolutely loves it. It was a big moment for him. He said he was nervous before this coming into the Olympics. He said he was nervous. He was getting older. This is his last real opportunity to wear the Brazilian jersey. He was captaining the team, and he brought the group of young players led by a 38-year-old right back to back-to-back gold medals. Pretty cool to see. My prediction was right. So, very, very poor prediction from Josh for the group stage. But you know what? I picked Brazil to win. They pulled it off. Cool moment for Diego Carlos, the Sevilla center back. Rate him very highly. Alves, of course, our Dortmund boy, Renier, picks up gold. So he maybe should have a little bit of confidence heading back into sync back up with the boys in Germany. But yeah, you see some pretty sad faces from the Spain side. Richarlison's got tears. Pretty cool, man. A lot of people ask question marks about Olympic football. But, I mean, I don't know. Look at the celebrations from the Canadian women yesterday. Look at the celebration from the Brazilians today. You can't tell me it doesn't mean a lot to the players playing it. I see tears. I see hugs from both sides. It was a fun tournament. I always enjoy watching the Olympics, and I mean, after Canada struck gold this year and my prediction got saved by Brazil doing it, yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. And you can't say that the Olympics doesn't mean a lot to some of these players, because clearly it does. But that is all we are going for today, guys. We're going to wrap it up there. I appreciate everyone tuning in. The super chat we got as well. Very much appreciate all the subscribers you guys did, helping us get very close to 5K, guys. Really, really appreciate it. We're going to head out for there. So if you haven't yet, be sure to drop a like on your way out and subscribe if you haven't not done so yet. And we will see you guys next time for our Dortmund watch along later today. Cheers, friends.